Hello and welcome to build up to a good game between West Ham United and Anderlecht. Gonzo, it feels like just last week we played them.
You
forgot about that one, didn't you?
I did forget about it, actually. I did forget about it, and it does feel like just last week.
Anyway, how you doing? You good?
Yeah, mate, it's nice to see you again. It feels like only yesterday we were chatting on a video.
Yeah, it was just this morning, actually.
Actually, yeah, that was a bit hot.
Right, let's get straight in. Oh, he's got the Crimbo jumper on.
Hey,
this is a surprise.
Well, it's not a surprise, mate. You told me if I didn't wear it and promote it on hammerschatstore.com, you'd release the photos of me and the Speedos at David Gold's Flip Flop and Pot Noodle party.
Anyway, right, enough pot noodle parties. We're going to take a look at the West Ham team because it's Thursday night, which means their teams are out a lot earlier than they are on the Premier League. So let me click. There you go. There's your West Ham team. In goal is Arviola with the back three of Ben Johnson, Ogbonna and Aaron Creswell. Vladimir Soufal, right wing back, with Emerson on the left wing back role, with Lanzini, Partner and Flynn Downs in the middle. Then they've got the front three of Paqueta, Bowen and Ben Rama. How they line up is up for debate, but that is your front three for West Ham this evening.
Oh, that's a surprise. I didn't expect this. Let me digest this. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
back three. A surprise. Wait for the bench.
Back three, okay. Lanzini and Downs in, and we've seen that already before. Bowen, centre forwards, which weird. Okay. Well, no. Maybe two behind him with the fullbacks, the wing backs giving it the width. Soufal and Emerson. Yeah, be interesting. I guess we won't know totally until the kickoff.
Yeah, I think Ben Rama will be through the middle. You know, I think he does it quite often, doesn't he? He puts Ben Rama in that sort of false nine role and doesn't really work, but that's where he goes sometimes. Paqueta will be sort of not even on the left. I think Paqueta will be drifting around in number 10 role, and Bowen will be slightly to the right. I think it might actually be a 3-4-1-2 kind of formation with Bowen and Ben Rama as sort of two almost false nines, if you like, and Paqueta just flirting in behind them, trying to do what
I don't think it's the worst team in the world, to be fair. Yeah, interesting.
The thing is, though, I think back to last week where I say it struggled. It was a comfortable enough win in the end. It was only 1-0, and we needed to bring the big boys off the bench. So I was hoping for a slightly stronger starting 11 this time round. And it's hard to say that we've got that. You know, we've got Creswell's coming at centre back ahead of Dawson, and then we've got Paqueta coming in instead of Antonio, which is stronger, but now we don't have a striker. We don't have a striker tonight, do we? So
he's got Antonio said he felt dead, didn't he? And he's had the lurgy. So I guess it was not an option to start him. I think possibly Moyes' third choice as a striker might have been Cornet, but obviously he's been out. He obviously feels he can't play Scamacca at the moment, because we've just got this massive fixture congestion in October. However, what I would say is with Bowen there, Bowen has been the guy that's been playing all the games so far. So I would have liked to have seen him rested at some point, because we have this game, we have Southampton, obviously then we've got Liverpool as well. Normally we would have that on the Thursdays. We got a day less, and you're going to want Bowen to play against Southampton and Liverpool, as I mentioned in the preview. So interesting to see him starting, really.
Still a strong team, regardless of how you look at it, really. Like I said, most of those players played last week when we won 1-0. We'll take a look at the West Ham bench now, where there's possibly a few additional surprises in no particular order. Oh, there you go. You got it on your screen now. Thanks, Charlie. We've got Randolph and Heggie on the bench. The two goalkeepers are back. We've also got, I'll just read out Charlie's list, actually. That is in order. We've got Dawson, Rice, Souček, Coventry, Ollie Scarles, Forson, Potts, Pablo Finales, and Gianluca Scamacca. So no Tilo Kehrer, no. There's someone else missing. I can't remember. Well, obviously, Antonio's missing. We knew that, but Kehrer also is not on the bench.
Again, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I feel there's enough. It's actually not a bad balance to it. Actually, there's enough players on that bench to boost the quality of the starting lineup if we need it, if we're struggling. So you can easily make that a little bit better. But if we're winning, we're home and hosed, we're cruising, then you can bring some of the young lads on as well. He clearly is thinking about the fixture congestion here. A good move with Kera as well. We highlighted that in the last 6 games. Kera's played 5 of them, as has Rice. So I think it makes sense that they wouldn't be playing.
Zuma's missing. That's the other one, which is understandable.
Well, he looks a bit broken. I just remember someone says he walks with a natural limp, does Zuma, which I'm not entirely sure is the case, but he certainly was looked to be carrying some form of injury when we saw him last. So yeah, I think that's right. It is really important. And you know what? We desperately need victories in the Premier League at the moment. We do. Whilst I don't want to take Anderlecht lightly, and nor should we. They've been the best team we've played thus far in Europe this season. I do think we've got a little bit of a buffer zone there. So we do have to prioritise Southampton. That's important. We're almost through in the group here, so this is probably the time to do it.
But you told me Cornet was back, huh?
Huh?
You've got a rubbish source, you do. Who's your source?
I do, mate. Our hot and spicy sauce. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to take a look at the Anderlecht team, but before we do, this video is sponsored by the One Football app. It's the best place to keep up to date with all the latest West Ham news and Southampton news as well ahead of the Sunday's game. The manager's still there, but there might be movement in the boardroom at Southampton even before Sunday's game. They personally took in to be in charge of transfers in the summer is already leaving. Possibly, but you can keep up to date with all the big headlines around the Premier League, such as that one, but also any team news for West Ham ahead of it, and also reviews of tonight's game. If you're not watching tonight's game, it's the best way to get a 30-second read as to what happened. You can download the One Football app by clicking the link in the description, and it's completely free. By the time you clicked it, 30 seconds later, it's on your device, not just your phone, iPad, so on and so forth. It fits those devices too. Get it downloaded, tell it your favourite teams, tell it the competitions you wish to keep up to date with. Bosh, the best way on the move if you go all day without looking, look at the One Football app. Within 2 minutes, you know all the West Ham news from that day. Get downloaded right now. Gonzo, would you like to know the Anderlecht team?
I would love to know the Anderlecht team.
Right then, in goal, we have got Hendrik van Kromberg in goal. They're playing a back 3 as usual with Ndai, probably the left centre-back, Delcroix in there as well with Debast. White has been dropped. Amuzu, left wing back with Murillo, right wing back, midfield. I don't know, actually. You're going to have to tell me this. Midfield trio, according to the Europa League app, says that Arnstad's in midfield, along with Diwara and your
Basharan.
Up front is Fabio Silva and Esposito.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to. I don't know what you want me to confirm. You want my deep knowledge of the Belgium game, of course.
I was hoping you were going to say, "Oh no, that Rashad won't be centre mid. He's going to be in the number 10, so it's possibly a little bit more attacking from Anderlecht this week."
Well, that's what he normally plays as a number 10. You know, he'll regardless whether you call it a number 10 or whatever. He's their attacking midfielder. You know, he's the as I said before, he's their special player. Is it the young lads playing? Right, I got that right. They're playing the 16-year-olds.
No, that was Juraville. He's not playing.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It's not.
I can't see him on the bench either.
No. Oh, right. Punished.
I've just noticed we've only got 11 subs.
How many were meant to have?
You can have 12.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
How many goalkeepers we got?
Well, 2. We've got 2 on there, but there's no Fabianski, so you could have had 3 if you really wanted to. But I don't know. You could have used Mubama or someone. I'm sure there could have been somebody. You could have just popped on there. No Harrison Ashby either. So
anyone
anyway.
Though. Karen Brady.
And the Anderlecht bench, I'm going to run through it. We don't know who we're talking about. I don't even know how to pronounce 90% of these names. So let's go for it. On the bench for Anderlecht tonight, we've got Vertonghen, Verbergen, Stroikens, Stassen, Sardella, Siddiqui, Rahman, Leone, Hoyt, Kusimans, El Hadj, and Abdul Razak. There you go.
Beautifully read, mate.
I did my best. But we'll dive straight into the bet. We'll just dive straight in.
Let's do it.
Right, what are you fancying?
Well, I'm fancying a West Ham win. That's for sure. Let's pick a goal scorer. Let's say Ben Rama's going to score.
Yeah.
If we suspect
I'm going to put in Diwara to get booked, their centre midfielder. Have you heard what he said? He basically said Paqueta was taking a piss last week.
Oh, he didn't like it. He did. I saw
No.
he didn't like it. No, he tried to foul him straight afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was basically saying because it's their ground. Now it might be a bit different tonight, but he seemed very angry after the game. The fact that Paqueta was doing scales, Paqueta starting tonight. I'm thinking if Paqueta does one step over, he might get appended by that. So I think I might stick Dawada to get booked in there. It's only 12-1 though, so we're going to need someone else in there. One more thing.
We predict the precise score and just bring the money home.
So what are you wanting to go? You're going to want to do your 3-1.
No. I'm more than happy to do it. I'm more than happy to do a 3-0.
Right. Hang on. Let me do. Where's handicap?
That's the big bucks.
Handicaps.
I thought you said where's Andy Carroll? Why are you asking this?
I'm trying to find minus one. I'll tell you what I might add, actually. You'll know why I'm adding this. West Ham to get 14 free kicks in the game.
Oh, you like this one. This is a good one.
Yeah, so that'll do us. That'll bump it up to 150 quid. Right. If this bet wins, we'll give one of you lot £150. How to enter, we'll tell you in just a second. But this is tonight's bet with Hammer's Chat. We've got West Ham to win the match. We've got Said Benrahma to score a goal in said match. We've also got Amadou Dawada to get booked for Anderlecht. And we've also got West Ham to get 14 or more free kicks. Now, free kicks, so it includes offsides for Anderlecht, so on and so forth. £150. In the live chat to enter, please put the following phrase.
Forcing the changes.
Forcing the changes. Right, get that into the live chat, and I'll click on the first one that spelled it correctly, and you can copy them. Absolutely. Anyway, you've seen the teams. You happy?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. It's not. We could have put a better team out. Exactly right, Ryan. Exactly right. We could have put a better team out, but it's not ruined my night seeing that team. He's got to think at some point something's got to give with the fixture congestions. I said so. We on our Patreon, we've been saying the same thing. We've been saying we got 31 games in the month of October. I'm so used to saying it. Someone asked me, how many games have West Ham? So West Ham playing a lot in October. How many games have playing? I said, yeah. He said, how many? I said, 31.
And it's 31 videos in October.
I know. My mind is 31 videos. I said 31 games. I said, yeah, definitely. But alas, it's not that many. But anyway, so Moyes thinks we're playing 31, which is why he's chosen the mishmash team that he has. But people like that need games. People like, I say that, I'm looking at, Downs need a game. Benrahma needs games. Emerson needs games. This is really important that they do. No Ashby. Is that right? No Ashby.
No.
No conspiracy.
Yeah, so Ashby's not on the bench, and there is a vacancy. He might be injured again because he did miss under 21's game as well. So it's not like if he played that game, fair enough. He's not playing tonight, but the fact he missed that one and this one, which suggests he's just injured, or perhaps he's got the bug that Antonio does or something. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. We had a conversation earlier about it. I'm feeling okay. I'll confess now, I'm a little bit concerned, Gonzo. I think they created a few chances last week to make me believe that we might concede tonight, but we should have enough to. We will certainly score in this game, but I don't know. I just would have liked to seen a stronger team from the start. But given that Antonio's obviously in doubt for Sunday, I can understand why Moyes is reluctant to then play Scamacca tonight. I can understand why he's keen to give some of the players the time off, if you like. But Moyes was speaking last night in his press conference, and he said about how it's important to win this group so that later on in the group he can relax a bit because of the fixtures. Well, I actually thought that was indicating he was going to play a really strong team tonight, get the job done, get the win, get his players off it earlier in the game if he can. Bearing in mind he's got 5 substitutes you can use, and then we've got Liverpool next week, but the following 2 European games you can just field whoever he doesn't have. He can make 11 changes if he wants to, and that's what I would expect him to do. So maybe I'm a little bit surprised by the fact that it's weaker than I expected. But at the same time, it's a good opportunity for some players. There are players that still need minutes. Ben Johnson in particular. If Kerr is injured, which I'm a bit suspicious by that, because why would he not just be on the bench? I know Moyes might not want to play and give him the night off kind of thing, but just giving him the night off and then keeping him on the bench, but hopefully not using him. It's two different things, isn't it? And he's not in the squad at all. So hopefully
maybe not. Maybe, I mean, we don't know unless the camera pans to him. Maybe a night off is a night off. Maybe it don't even come to the stadium. Literally, things like that, are going to make a difference in this month with 31 games.
Yeah, I mean, he's done it before with Fabianski. He's away games in Europe. Sometimes Fabianski doesn't travel. He just gets the day off. He gets to stay back. And Fabianski, again, has got tonight off as well. So, anyway, but that's what we think. Shall we take a look at what the live chat think?
I'd love to know what the live chat think. Well, actually, I do know. I've been reading it.
Yeah, so I've been trying not to. When I speak, I don't look at it. When you're speaking, I prefer to listen to what they're saying than you.
Me too. Me too. Pardon?
Switch off. Hey. If you're watching live, get your thoughts in. And now it can be about the West Ham team. If the Anderlecht team, if you must, I'm not sure I believe you. If you say that you've got some insight into their team, but how do you see the game going? Any hopes or fears you may have ahead of tonight's game? Get into live chat. Speak now or forever hold your peace. But let's see what you are saying. Glenn thinks that Johnson needs a strong performance or will struggle.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a. I mean, really, it's only one bona fide centre back playing at centre back today, isn't there? So it's going to make it very interesting. That's for sure.
Al was asking if you're already wearing a Christmas jumper.
It's a Hammers Chat Christmas jumper. Hammers Chat Christmas jumper. There you go.
Would you like to
available from Hammers Chat?
Yeah. Would you like to promote it?
Yes, on hammerschatstore.com. You can't have one. I'm joking. That's terrible. Terrible
well,
advertising.
It is on there.
You've got to pre-order it. Basically. Look, it's not easy. Father Christmas has to knit each one individually, but I'll tell you what else not easy: post them out. So we want to make sure that we get the pre-orders right and get them. Make sure to get the elves knitting them so you get them before Christmas. So what we're not going to be doing is trying to send these things out on the 20th of December. We need to get it done nice and early. Even if you're not feeling Christmassy, even if you're not feeling it, even if you're not eating mince pies yet, forward thinking.
Yeah, the link to purchase it is actually at the very top of the live chat. You save a $5 if you order it now, and as Gonzo said, well, pre-orders you get one, and if you don't pre-order it by the cut-off date, we may not have them because they're quite expensive, and we pay for everything up front, so we can't really afford to buy loads of these jumpers in stock and keep them because if they don't sell. And we're up a certain creek without a paddle. So there you go.
Do you want to see the Hammers Chat Mankini?
Oh dear. This is an interesting one from Emil. The players have arrived with masks on, which I think is pretty worrying considering our missing players.
Oh, that is interesting. That is interesting, isn't it? So there's a little bug going. He's absolutely right. It must be that little bug. Antonio's passed it on to everyone.
Well, it can't be because he was at the training ground on yesterday. He was at the training ground.
Well, that's where he's passed it round. He's contaminated everybody.
Contaminated everybody. IRJ thinks we'll bump someone soon. While Will says,
mate, Will, I'm not. No, I won't do
he's
that.
going to thump you for promoting Christmas jumpers already. Will says a draw tonight and a win on Sunday would be brilliant for him. Spooky's reminding us Anderlecht 1-3-1 at the weekend.
Indeed.
Rudy says he agrees 100%. We'd like to see it stronger, but it should be strong enough. Daza has a fear conceding at set plays, thinking 4-2 win, though.
Oh.
I mean, he's not wrong. When you think about our players at set pieces, we've only got one centre-back on there with Logbon. Creswell's not particularly tall. Flynn Downs is average height. Lanzini's short.
We're short and slow tonight. We are short and slow.
Leave it out. I was hoping to get through one video without you calling me short and slow.
That's
so anyway, short, slow West Ham against Anderlecht. Ryan said we need to start fast, get a couple of goals, get the kids on. Rich said might have been a couple of tweaks in the warm-up. See, the reason I don't buy that, Rich, is because in European nights, the teams come out earlier. So the teams are out before they've even started to warm up. Yes. So I don't think there is that. It might be something.
No, but... I like that. Look, if there's everyone knows someone's got a cold or whatever at the moment. I see Woody pointing about the rules and COVID rules and whatnot. It's not about the rules. It's about whether you're ill or not. Basically, I think on this one, I don't think it's about any particular whatever social distancing or anything like that. I just wonder if it might be COVID. I just wonder if there's a bit of flu going around the and they think that the masks might stop that. I don't know.
Russell's asking what the formation can be. Scarborough thinks it's 3-4-1-2. Paqueta behind Bowen and Ben Rama.
I like it. Yeah, it makes sense.
I think it's like an interchangeable front three, really. I think sometimes you'll see Paqueta down the middle on the left, Bowen down the middle on the right, Ben Rama in any of the three positions, really. What do you think?
Yeah. I do think it'd be fluid. I do.
Ryan says, think we will struggle to score without a striker. I remember us doing this before, and this formation did not work at all. Skamaka on in the 70th minute to get a win. I mean, if he does come on in the 70th minute and we win the game, then arguably it's good management because Skamaka's only had to play 20 minutes and we've won the game. So Stevie B says, we've got enough to win. Hope Rice, Dawson, Skamaka get the whole night off and Bowen comes off at half time.
Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Major, we do it in big size. We do it in all sizes. 5XL, I think it goes up to. I could be wrong. I think it goes up to 5XL. Yeah. Whenever we order T-shirts, we do order them in the largest size possible as well. We're very inclusive here at Hammers Chat.
We are.
Very considerate. Elbow says he's going to take 4. Well, I'll be looking out for your order. I'll be watching. I get notifications.
Absolutely.
Right, Frank fears Ashby, who could be our future right back, will leave in the summer at this rate.
Yeah, we were discussing that this morning, mate.
We should have started a stronger team, wrap it up by half time. Happy to be proved wrong. Jeff says Sufal Johnson Creswell on a back 4. God, it's not a pound game. I think it's a back 3, but even with the back 3, I take your point, it's still valid. Chippy says Anderlecht show that they could pass between the lines if they can split the midfield and come through the middle with pace. I'm not sure Ogbonna will cope. They did struggle a couple of times, Ogbonna and Dawson. Ogbonna take that yellow card, didn't he?
I think Silva's all right. I think Silva's all right, and I obviously rate Vishara, and I think they're all right. They're not without some quality, that team.
Irish Tommy says surprise team is a bit stronger. Ben Rama needs to respond with a man of match performance. Hammerhead Hardy says he's not a fan of this lineup. Right, let's see what you're all saying.
I'll tell you what. We are short and slow. I'm not just talking about myself here, right? But we can pass. That team can pass. As a technical team.
Yeah, I will confess, right? I'm looking forward to seeing Emerson. Weirdly enough, I think he's somebody. I think Emerson and Johnson are the two players starting tonight that's got the most realistic chance of getting into the team on Sunday. Probably more so Johnson. I don't think Downs has got a realistic chance. Now, this isn't debating about what I think, what I would like to see happen. This is about what I think Moyes will do on Sunday. I think Ben Johnson's got a small chance there, particularly with Kerr absent. It might be nothing. Maybe Moyes has just said, look, take the night off kind of thing. Hopefully that's the case. But if not, and even if not, Kerr's hardly been in fantastic form at right back in the 2 games so far. He's not done badly. He's just looked okay at best. So I think Johnson's got a bit of a chance really to get into the team. So him and Emerson, I'm looking forward to seeing actually. So
yes, I agree about Johnson certainly.
Stevie says, I think Anderlecht will win the first half. We will need to make changes at half time to win this, I predict.
Get a bet on for that one, mate. Anderlecht to win the first half, West Ham to win the second half.
So that's always big odds. You're probably going to get about 20-1 for that, I reckon. Okay. Michael said it's good to give other players a chance and not happy with the centre halves. Alan's asking if you can go a whole video without mentioning pace. Not a chance.
No, Woody. No, I somebody said, right? Somebody said, I run the last videos, Gonzo's got an unhealthy obsession with pace. Like it was hurting me. Do you know what I mean? Like it was affecting my health. Well, no, I have an obsession with the pace of the team. I'm not sure if it's causing me illness, is what I'm saying, unhealthy. Like my cholesterol levels raise because of the pace.
But obsession doesn't necessarily have to bring unhealthy.
No, but that was what they said. Gonzo's got an unhealthy obsession with. I might have an obsession with it, but is it unhealthy? I don't know if it's called. I don't know if my teeth all fell out.
I think you're taking that phrase a little too literal there.
I do take everything very literally.
Michael says his fear is that Moisio has fell in love with the idea that the big guns off the bench will save the game. Plan B won't work every time. The problem is one of the big guns is already starting. That's part of the problem, isn't it?
Paqueta.
Yeah, Paqueta's not on the bench this time round. With the greatest of respect, the big gun on the bench, apart from Skamaka, and rights for centre midfield, is Fornals. I'm not sure I'd be rubbing my hands if I saw Fornals coming on. I wouldn't have the same. There we go. That's us going to win the game. Whereas when I saw Skamaka and Paqueta coming on, I thought, here we go. We'll click on whatever you see.
Let me click on there. He's right, Tommy. He's right. Do you know what I mean? You can't use these jumpers too soon. That's what I say, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm still primarily going to be relying on last year's jumpers. But if these jumpers get a chance to prove themselves to me and they show they can handle a whole video or half a video, I might start using it a little bit more.
John is asking, does anybody you're hoping comes off the bench tonight? I think Conor Coventry is the one, really, just for his motivational levels, because just to click on Dave G's comment, just under it said, must be disheartening for Coventry not making the Premier League squads, not even starting in the Conference League. He's going to want out in January.
I agree with all of that, but I also understand that Moyes has to play Downs. What he can't do, that has to be the priority, because Downs is such a good player, and he's not playing in the league games. He has to play in these conference games, which then leaves you a decision: are you willing to start these conference games with Downs and Coventry in the middle? And I think the answer is probably no.
Yeah, I'm looking. I would like to see Conor Coventry just come on, like you said, for the motivational levels, if anything. And I wouldn't say he's a fan favourite, but I think fans enjoy seeing players from the academy come onto the pitch. And if Conor Coventry was to come on tonight, I think he'd get a big reception, not quite a stand ovation, but I think he'd get a bit of a cheer, and people understand what his role in the squad is. Whereas there's almost like a demand from the fans to see more of Flynn Downs. There's a demand to see more of this player and that player. That demand is not there for Conor Coventry. So Moyes is actually quite okay to not play him to some extent, because fans realise he can't play. Fans understand why he's not in the Premier League squad ahead of Lanzini or Fornals or anything like that. So yeah, I'd like to see Coventry come on in a weird way. Like I hope the boys do win tonight, so actually players like Coventry can get 180 minutes in another 2 games
for sure
of the group stage. And it's possible that by the end of October, Conor Coventry will have played 2.5 games more than he has at this point right now, which is a decent bit of football for somebody like that on the verges. And he's 4th choice, 5th choice centre midfield. That's the game time he's going to get, unfortunately. Right, let's have a little look. Russell says, looking forward to seeing interchanges between Lanzini, Downs, Paqueta and Benrahma. Could be a passing masterclass.
This is what I agree. I think this is where the strength lies in this particular team, is in the technical stuff.
Alan said, if you were the Anderlecht manager, how would you instruct your side to play, and what areas would you focus on? Once you've ate your chocolates, what are you doing?
Absolutely. I'd say to them, obviously in Flemish, which I think is that what I think anyway. Whatever. I wouldn't use my own language. I would revert to the native tongue, obviously. And
you've got a translator there, right? Continue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing the talking for you.
Yeah. I'd say, fellas, get out there. Quieten the crowd down. Be careful. Dodge the bubbles as you get on. And probably target. I'd probably tell them to target. I'd probably say you've got no chance here, fellas. You've done well. You probably concentrate on the league. This is West Ham. You're unlikely to beat them. That is a formidable defence, a formidable midfield. Try not to injure the Brazilian playmaker because he cost £50 million. Anyone got any more chocolate?
I would pack the centre midfield. I'd say, where's that Duranville? Get him over here. You're playing left wing back. The guy you're up against is quite slow, so let's just keep running past him.
Slow.
Pack the midfield.
Desperate pace.
I'd say that front three. They're not going to track you back through the middle of the park, so you can outnumber Lanzini and Downs in there. So strikers, I want you both to double up on Ogbonna. Both of you stand next to Ogbonna. He's too slow. He's too slow. Let's cause him a little
That's twice. That's twice. And you've been in this little roundup here. That's twice you've gone on about pace, and I get blamed for it.
I haven't said the word pace. I've said slow.
Oh, well, same thing.
I think you need to tomorrow morning go on like the Thesaurus online and put in the word pace and write down as many alternatives.
You're right.
speed. I want a player with great velocity.
Oh, absolutely. The inertia to power through a defence.
He has some fantastic acceleration to get away from his man.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
You got to get on there and get your changes. Feza is not a final lineup, but has a feeling this is going to be an easy win. If we get time on the ball like we did in the first match, Paqueta will destroy them. Wayne's also a little bit concerned that there could be a COVID or a flu outbreak in the team. Hopefully, he doesn't mess us up for Sunday.
That's my worry. I couldn't COVID, flu, cold. Don't really care what bug it is. Just a bug is enough to decimate everybody. I'm far from convinced that the masks are.
There was another team with it as well. I think there's a team tonight. Olympiacos are playing. What's that team called? Karabag?
Carrier-bag.
Karabag. I think it's Karabag. Sure. I think that's how you say it.
Become more expensive recently, haven't they?
10p now. That's for a brown paper one these days. But Olympiacos are missing a lot of players with illness. I appreciate it's a different country, but my point is it's creeping in now.
That is some contagious shit. I'll tell you what, it's over in Greece and it's got over. I can't believe it. No wonder the masks ain't working.
Yeah, but the last one started in China and a month later it was here.
This is true. Allegedly.
Major's asking, what is your go-to beer on match days?
Moretti. Well, down the boat, San Miguel. I was going to say in the stadium, Moretti. Probably not.
Tap water.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, out the guttering. Drink out the guttering on the stadium. I'd say sorry, just to be a little bit topical. It did make me laugh when the old COVID was going on. So remember the initial outbreak, and they said, "Oh, it's Chinese." So you can't call it that.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was, weren't it?
No, I know, but they said you can't call it that. And then there was like another strain, and I think it was like the Delhi strain. I said, "Oh no, you can't get an area." And then, but what they did, there was one that sprung up in Kent. Oh, you're allowed to call it that. Oh yeah, the Kent strain. You're allowed that. You're allowed to say it's from Kent, but nowhere else. Bit Kentish.
Right. Pepperoni for me at the boats, yes. And if I'm at home, I don't drink. I'm a social drinker. I drink socially, but not when I'm at home. I'm not that bothered about it. It's not really a thing for me. David says, don't view in the match, but you're rocking the Christmas jumper. Go stand up, will you? Stand up and show them the actual jumper. Let me click that off. There you go. There you go. There it is. Merry Xmas. Be your crossed hammers. Some bubbles.
Testing. They're bubbles?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. And Christmassy bubbles. That's your Christmas jumper. You can grab one, links at the top. Right, now you can sit back down.
Springboks. Antelope gazelle.
I've never heard you. What did you say?
Don't worry, it doesn't matter.
No, you were making a joke about the reindeer.
Yeah, I was pretending they weren't reindeer. They were some other sort of flighty prey animal.
I thought you were maybe going to say something like, "Are these cheap?" No, they're deer.
Oh, yeah. Someone's done. Stevie B's said that. Yeah, nice.
Right, I'm actually just going to start skipping to the end of the chat because I realise I'm far behind. Ryan says, you guys got us feeling a lot more positive. Looking forward to this past masterclass. Not us. You must be referring to the live chat.
I don't know what we've done.
You're making me worried.
Credit where it's not due. Thank you.
Stevie says he understands Moyes wants to rest and use Manu for his experience, but a home conference game in the group where top will be a good opportunity to do something and exciting like start downs and commentary. Got 2 more games for that. Don't worry, Stevie. We'll win tonight. We've got 2 more games to try new things. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Thomas thinks we're underestimating the opposition with our lineup.
Well, he's had a look at them. He'll know, won't he? Let's be fair. There can be no excuses. We've seen them at close quarters. Only a week ago.
Greg says, a few complain about lineup. I think it's fine. Well, I hope you are right, Greg. Right, it's time now to spam the chat with your score predictions. You're watching live, please get your score prediction into the live chat. Let's see what you all say. And while you're doing that and I'm clicking on your score prediction, Gonzo, can I get your final words, please? And in the preview, you said 3-1 West Ham, which you've said for the last 5 previews. Are you sticking with 3-1?
Yeah, well, as you reminded me, I was right last time, wasn't I? So I'm going to stick with the 3-1. Although when in a moment Charlie will come and join us with Danny DeVito and some quite moody lighting. When he does that, I'll go back down to the house. I'll try and rapidly make myself something to eat, and I will place a bet. And when I place that bet, it might not be 3-1. I'm just saying, but I still think it will be 3-1. I think what is vitally important today is that we just get the job done. I think we might be better than that team suggests. I think we possibly might control the ball. The defense is the thing that worries me perhaps more than the rest of it. I do think the combined attacking qualities of Benrahma, Paqueta and Bowen will actually mean we can score. I think we should score relatively well. Lanzini and Downs, they looked okay last time they started as a pairing. The defence is a slight worry. Anderlecht needs to win this. They need to go for this game. And because of that, I would expect them to commit at least another man forward than what they did last time. So I think that's that. I'm not a great fan of this 3 at the back, but for this game, it may well be the right thing to do, not only because they're going to have an extra man in attack, which means we've got an extra man in defence, but also because we're trying to rest these centre halves, particularly with the Gerds there, a Dawson and Zuma. He's resting 3 centre halves for this game, and the only way you can really do that is by playing this formation. I'm still confident and really looking forward to it.
I'm concerned about the middle of the pitch. I'm a bit worried we're going to get outnumbered in there at times, and that Downs is going to have his work cut out, because looking at their personnel, going by what the Europa League app thinks they're going to do, but they can only be so wrong, because that guy that you like sort of played almost like a second striker last week. And the player I've never heard of, the one that starts with E, whatever, it'll be on the screen in a minute, he's down as a forward. Now, generally, they get the players' roles correct, i.e. forward, midfielder, defender. So that would suggest they've got 2 strikers and an attacking midfielder in. So they are perhaps playing a little bit more attacking. And I think Downs is going to struggle a bit there, because he's going to have somebody behind him and somebody in front of him to mark. And Lanzini is nice and neat in the ball. He works hard, puts tackles in. He's not very good at them, but he tries to tackle. But I think positionally, I think he can be a little bit off at times in the middle of the pitch. And I understand that. He's not a defensive, he's not even a centre midfielder. But I think sometimes Downs can be a little bit isolated in there. And I've got a worry that that's going to happen on a few occasions tonight. And we're going to find ourselves with an attacking midfielder or 2 from Anderlecht running at our back 3. I said 2-0 in the preview. I still think we will win. I think we should be winning, but I'm going to change it to 2-1. I don't see a clean sheet with that team of ours. I think we conceded a few good chances to them last week. World-class save from Areola. And that was with Craig Dawson putting in a really strong performance in there. So you remove Craig Dawson, we get weaker. When we did yesterday, we did our monthly player ratings. Dawson was second for both of us. We both had Craig Dawson is the second best player of the month behind Skamaka. Yes. Now, Downs was higher as well, but we discounted him because it was European games only. It was a little bit misleading. But we've essentially, according to our player ratings, we are not playing our best 2 players in the last month tonight in Skamaka and Dawson.
That's true.
I think possibly our 3rd best was Creswell. He's playing. 4th best was Rice. He's not playing either. So we're benching a lot of our good players tonight, and it concerns me a little bit. I understand why he's done it, though. I'm not sitting here saying I don't get why he's done that. I do. I just don't necessarily agree with it. I would have liked to see us start a little bit stronger with the anticipation of making substitutes later on. But like I said, you start strong and you sub them off. They probably played an hour, whereas you can put them on for the last half hour, and hopefully that's enough to win the game. They played a lot less minutes. So, Anyway, Charlie will be along soon. Before we do, hang on a minute. I think Charlie, just join when you're ready. I can see you in the green room.
The blue room.
Yeah, he's got his mood light on again. Richie says, I feel sorry for Benrahma. He could score a hat-trick tonight and still won't start the game on Sunday. Harry says, Lanzini man of match at 8, feeding Paqueta.
Well, not literally feeding him. I mean, you'd hope they'd have had their nourishment before they.
That would really annoy Diwara. He would get really pissed off at Lanzini.
They are taking it. He's literally spooning rice pudding in his mouth.
Rice pudding?
I don't know. Whatever. It's the thing you.
Out of all the food in the world, you just. Your brain said rice pudding's the one.
It did. Mm. Absolutely.
I don't know why he picked rice pudding either. It's a very weird thing to have just pulled
It is.
out. You know what I mean?
He's
In this
putting
day-
barbecue
in 20
sauce on the
In the year
pizza.
20, yeah, now we're talking, and now there's problems. But rice pudding in the year 2022. Okay, fair enough.
Do you want to know a little something? Want to know a little secret recipe with a rice pudding? Put a bit of brown
scared.
sugar. Get a rice pudding. Put a bit of brown sugar on it, right? And then get a blowtorch, right? And then it goes like a creme brulee, but it's rice pudding. So like a caramelized top. Or
Oh yeah, we've all got one of them in our drawer. Just
Gonna pull out the blowtorch and just get on the rice pudding. You know.
This is right. This is right.
Because we've all just got one of them in the cutlery drawer, just waiting to
I
be
do.
used.
I do.
Have you not seen the price of gas recently, mate? Nobody's using their blowtorch at the minute.
They're not. These are very, very hard times, aren't they? I'd say even I went to a concert the other night and they said, "Oh, raise your lighters," and nobody did.
That was
Lighter on the phone in it instead. Easier.
Yeah,
More,
it was just
energy
a joke. It
conscious.
wasn't really the truth.
Was your Adele concert good? I forgot to ask.
Who went to Adele?
You.
I would go to Adele. Nothing wrong with Adele, mate. I tell you what, she's all right.
Anyway, right. Me and Gonzo are going to disappear in a minute. Charlie, are you ready to take over the reins?
I am. I don't know how I'm ready I am for the match. I don't know how ready we are for the match, looking at the lineup, but I'm ready for the stream. Do you know what I mean? I'm excited. Yeah. European nights, always a grand old time, even if David Moyes decided that playing good players for this one was a bit beyond him. We'll see how it goes.
Am I right, Charlie, in saying that we need a win and they need to draw the other game?
Yes. So
but
if
I'm certain I saw the Europa Conference League official Twitter account say West Ham win the group, but I didn't feel that was correct because
mathematically it would be unlikely. But to be mathematically 100% through, we need to win and they need to not win, basically. But then again, even if say we lost and they won
he giggling at?
next week, it's Gonzo. He's probably seen something in the chat and he's loving it.
That's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, hit me up.
Right. While it wasn't not funny, it wasn't that funny. I'm a bit disappointed. And this is no disrespect to Ionix. It's not your comment. It's the problem. It's his reaction. I was expecting
it's Gonzo. That's the issue. Yeah.
I was genuinely expecting like a top tier joke to come up.
And give him a break. Come on.
It's a her.
I'm sorry. Give her a break.
She's just declared herself as Adele. Learn your pronouns.
This is absolutely true. I did on one of those apps that you get these days that some people might frequent. It says to put your pronouns in there, your favourite pronouns, and I put bloke and geezer.
No, so edgy.
Nothing. No one's even commented.
And the man downloads an app going, wonder why I've got to download these dating apps. Why?
Absolutely.
What is it?
Absolutely. Well, doesn't matter now, me and Ionix.
Well, I don't know. They might withdraw their offer after you've just described yourself as a geezer and whatever else it was.
A bloke. Pronouns. You've got to get your pronouns right.
Right. We're disappearing now. Charlie, it's over to you. I'll be back at halftime, myself and Gonzo. We'll be back at full time, but don't you go anywhere because Charlie's right here until the full time whistle.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Gonzo. Listen, sometimes that's the way these things go. How are we all? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. I hope you're having a grand old time. It's European nights, which are always exciting. Again, lineup we'll go through in a second. But you've seen some of it. You've seen the deep stit. You've had time to think about it on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result tonight? Let me know. Irish Tommy, wild. Scott, good to see you. How are you? Wrong as per usual, but I hope you're well. Right, let's have a look at some of these teams. While you're giving me some of those numbers, let's have a look at some of these teams. And let's deep them a little bit, especially ours, because I still can't fully figure out even what lineup, what formation would do. It's all very in the air. So let's have a look at it, shall we? West Ham lineup as such. Areola in goal. Sufal, Johnson, Ogbono, Cresswell, and Emerson. Downs and Lanzini in a double pivot. We can at least sort of see that. Ben Rama, Paqueta, and then Jared Bowen up front. Now, this could be 5 at the back. You could see that. It could be 4 at the back. We have the personnel to do both. When you get ahead of that, it gets a bit more confusing. Downs and Lanzini, they're obviously going to be in the middle somehow. It could be a 3-4-3, with Emerson on one wing, Soufal on the other, and then a front three of Benrahma, Paqueta, and Bowen. It could be a 4-2-3-1 with Emerson at left wing. We've seen him do that recently. Then Paqueta in behind Bowen with Benrahma on the right, for example. It could be a 3-4. It could be a 4-3-3 with a midfield three of, say, Downs, Lanzini, and Paqueta. Although that would mean, again, Emerson playing at left wing. There's lots of different options here, and I can't lie, I'm not incredibly happy about it. I'll accept it. I think the situation has been forced on David Moyes. I think probably Antonio would start if he was well enough. Kera not existing means he's probably injured and Zuma's probably struggling, so you sort of force yourself there. But it's a weird one. It's a weird one. Yeah, I need to shave it, Ryan. I can't lie to you, mate. I do need to get rid of it. I was thinking about doing it before the stream, but then I'll just run out of time. Let's have a look at some of these confidence levels, because I'm still relatively I'm still relatively confident despite the weirdness. Judas, my trustworthy friend, how are you? I hope you're well. 8, 8, 7, 6, 7. We have 7, 6.9. Nice. 8, 8, 10, 7. Hopefully, we can only hope. Listen, we've all got to rep it today. Otherwise, Geo released the pictures of Gonzo. 9, 7, 9, 8, 8.2. Callum, I got this. 8.2, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 2, 8, 3, 9, 4, 7, 3, 0, 3, 8, 3. Very confident from Callum. 70. Didn't even say 70. I've managed to get it wrong 4 times in a row there. 60, 40, 8, 6, 6, 7. See, a lot of confidence, but I think, maybe a little bit tempered because of the lineup potentially. I don't know. I think, yeah. Are you moving away? Is that what's happening? If so, sort yourself a VPN. You can probably find some free ones that I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend. I don't know. I just mooch off the one my girlfriend has for work. But certainly still a lot of confidence. Even the lower ones, you're talking your 5.5, your 5s, they're still not unconfident. They're just not confident, which you love to see. I mean, you're looking at the bench, and that sort of lends a credence of both confidence and a lack of it. For example, Randolph, Dawson, Rice, Fornals, Souček, Skamaka, Scarles, Hedgie, Potts, Forson, Coventry. I'll run it along on the bottom of the screen in positional order. As young as that bench is, and it is very young, there's still some game changers on there. Dawson could come on, Rice could come on, Fornals, Souček, Skamaka, all big names who could come on and make a significant difference. Even though I would want a bit more strength from that, you know what I mean? Even though I'd want a bit more strength from that, there are still some game changers on there. Just have it shaped maybe, but it's just a pain in the arse at this point. It's too long, but that is maybe the answer. I can't write it. It's maybe the answer. Let's have a look at Anderlecht, shall we? They line up with Van Kronberg in goal. You have a back three of De Bast, Delcroix, and Nday. You have Morello, Arnstad, Diawara, Vashashin, who I need Gonzo back to pronounce that one, and Amzu in a sort of 5, at least according to the Europa Conference League website, and then a front 2 of Esposito and Fabio Silva. Their bench being Van Bruggen, Koosmans, Hoyt, Vertonghen, Sardella, Hurricane Tortilla, Ishak, Siddiqui, Stroikens, El Haj, Leone, Rahman, and Stassen. Can't really speak too much to the Anderlecht lineup as such. There's some things that we learnt last time, but none of which I really remember, and so we're just going to have to move on from that. But it is what it is. And like I say, I think the situation with our lineup has been forced on us somewhat, which is frustrating, but we still have a lot of good players out there, and I would be interested to see how they play, especially in this formation, whatever it ends up being. I did see a comment about... where is it? I'm trying to find it. I can't find it now. I can't find it. We're just going to have to move on. It's a 3-5-2, lads. The bus is about to be parked. It's been working. I mean, the thing is this is what I was expecting. I was expecting us to come in with the European formation, as I've been calling it, right? The one that we've been playing in Europe, which is 5 at the back. You have your 2 in midfield. Then you have 1 ahead of them, and then a sort of 2 up front. They split. The 1 sort of comes in. It gets called a false 9, but it's not. Really, I don't know. I don't really think it's a false 9, but it sort of looks like that because when we press, he certainly becomes the central guy. I was expecting more than that, but that would mean Paqueta and Bowen up front, which doesn't really seem to make sense to me unless you put Paqueta in that role, which again we have seen, and Ben Rama and Bowen up front makes a bit more sense, I guess. But still, that midfield 2 concerns me. You know, I'm looking at Anderlecht's lineup with Diawara, Armstead, and Vasharin's probably how you say it, right? In a 3, it's a bit worrying, a little bit worrying. Moving back to China next month to be my daughter. Well, first of all, a good reason to move back. Is there no YouTube at all? I guess there's not, is there? That's wild. Get your VPN on, mate. Get your VPN. Dyed a beard, Hogan style NW. Oh yes, B guys. Now we're talking. Come on, strumming a belt. You know, have you ever heard that NWO? Something I'll go into another time. Have you ever heard that NWO, the one where they were touring? I think it was Germany, and they only brought the instrumental version. So do you remember the guy in the NWO song who's like "For Life" and NWO, and he does all that during the theme song? I don't know if you've seen it. There's this great clip where I think they're touring Germany or something, and obviously they only brought the instrumental version, so they just have a guy on the PA just doing like "For Life." And it's hilarious. It's incredible. Ben Rama needs to have the best game of his life, as Jones says here. It's a big opportunity. It's something that obviously Geo Gonzo have mentioned, but there are some people here who it's a big, big opportunity for. Ben Rama, you feel like it's a big opportunity for him, although, as Gonzo said in, I think it was it the preview? I think it was the preview. He probably can't do anything now to get in there. You'd feel like even if he did have the game of his life, Joan, he probably wouldn't make it. I don't know. But I'd like to think that if he absolutely bossed this game, he would maybe get an opportunity, especially if Cornet's still not fit. Another person who's Downs. Flynn Downs is a huge opportunity for Flynn Downs, especially being the defensive guy. Doesn't matter which way round we end up doing this. It doesn't matter what formation we end up putting it in. The defensive midfielder is very much Flynn Downs. It's a big opportunity for him to show that he can do the defensive side of the game as well as the nice passing to maybe try and push Thomas Souček. A big opportunity for him, and hopefully he can take it with both arms with both hands, because I've absolutely loved seeing him in Europa Show. Don't worry, I look like a badger. Listen, my hair is... I don't know if you can... You probably can. I've got grey everywhere in my hair. I'm going grey quick. No, Duranville, that's good for us. He was their best player last time. Yeah, I thought he looked really good, Joel, when he came on. When he came on against us last time out, I thought he was really, really good. And to see him not even on their bench is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm very okay with that. Now, we, of course, have the timer up in the top corner. So if you want to know how far behind I am from you, then you'll be able to figure it out. Because it is, of course, on BT Sport today. It's on BT Sport 2, I believe, which means I'm here in England watching it and not Big Danny's lovely holiday home. I'm here, and he's coming over to see me instead. But if for some reason you can't watch the game, which, you know, maybe you don't have BT Sport, maybe you're in a country that's not showing it, there's lots of reasons. There are ways you can go about watching it. If you scroll down into the description below, there's a bit there called Join Our Discord. Click on that, scroll down on the left hand side, there's a bit called Stream Links there, and you'll find what you're looking for. Completely free. Have a gander and, you know, have a talk to the people over there. Links are usually up about 5 minutes around kickoff, give or take. Steve, good to see you from Rose. Hope your world lineup doesn't fill me with confidence. To be honest, we'll take 1-0 Bowen's off Bowen's arse, but hey ho. So would I. A win is the super important thing for me here. If we can get this win, then that puts us in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful position going forward for the rest of the group. Having a win, if they, of course, don't go through and top in this group already, puts us in such a strong position where we can play sides like this for the rest of the group and concentrate purely on the league. However, whether or not that will happen is a different story. Madman, good to see you. Well, dangle my dice and call me driver. It's the tremendous Charlie. How are you? I hope you're well. The baby bells are available tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let you know, there are baby bells available. I'm guessing we'll transition the ball really well with this lineup, says Logan. You'd hope so, right? You'd hope so, first of all. Good to see you. And you'd hope so because we've got such a strong team in terms of passing in and around that. So you'd want to be able to at least do that. That's the one thing you would want from this side, I guess. And you'd hope so. I mean, again, they were quite good at pressing us in the two in midfield, might sort of let us be a little bit overrun, but hopefully with Downs and Lanzini, who are both very capable passers, then that would help. You'd hope that would help. Anyway, 700 here, smash the like. Very much so, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking for 300 likes every single time. We smashed it recently. We're knocking it out of the park. We're already at 189. So if every single person on this video hit the like button right now this second, we would be at like 700 and something. So we'd fly past 300. So get on it. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we were the only West Ham channel last year to do a watch along every single match day. I'm going to keep saying it until I miss one, which will happen sooner rather than later. But until that happens, I'm going to keep saying it. We were the only West Ham channel to do a watch along last year. So if you're looking for ways to get involved, hang out with people during the match, have conversations, find out what's going on, find links, all of that good stuff, subscribe, hit the bell notification so don't miss out on them, because we do loads of other videos as well. And hey, while you're down there, like the video, patreon.com/hammerchat, another thing you should look into, because Jesus Christ, we're putting in a lot of effort over there right now. Could be a 3-5-1-1, potentially Irons J, yeah, potentially it could be. Would be very defensive, but it could be. Right, let's scroll down because I'm super far behind on comments. Super far behind on comments. While I do that, let's get on to Sub Bingo. Sub Bingo is, of course, the game where we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. You don't have to tell me the player, although I will bring up the subs bench just in case you want to put a little bit of extra sauce on it. However, the minute is the only thing that matters. I came up with an idea this week on how to track it. I haven't implemented it yet, so we'll just have to deal with it for now like we usually do. But when do you think it will be first substitution? It'll be an interesting one. Who it could be, why it could be. I'm going to say 69 minutes, and I'm going to say it's going to be... I'm going to say it'll be 4 nows for Ben Rama. Probably, I don't know. Don't know if that's right. Lee, my friend, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. If you haven't all subscribed to Lee's channel, then what are you doing? Get on over there. Dude's doing bits. I got my bells in the fridge. Love to see it, Scott. Love to see it. Get your bells prepped. Mine are on the top shelf of the fridge for maximum importance. You know what I mean? Maximum importance. Had to delete Samsung internet off my phone after trying to stream with Fulham Discord going virus. Be careful. Yes, 100%. If you haven't got VPNs, it's something I recommend, especially antivirus software. Always have antivirus software when you're looking at any websites like that. It's an incredibly important thing to do, and I would highly recommend it. Major, I hope you're good. I hope you're all right. There's probably antivirus things you can get and stuff, but yeah. Just have that sort of stuff as in general, it's just super useful. But yeah. Leon, good to see you. Hope you're well. Paquette off on the bench. Have I written him on the bench? No, I haven't. I was getting confused. I thought I'd written him on the bench. I got very confused for a second. I got very scared. Paqueta does like to come back into the D, so I can see him and Lanzini swapping places often. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind a sort of free in midfield with him, Lanzini, and Downs. I'd quite like to see that. I think we could control the game really well. It's just then Emerson would, I guess, be playing as a left winger, which would be a bit odd, but I'd give it a shot because I would quite like to see that sort of midfield three. I think when Paqueta was dropping deep against Fulham, for example, the role he was playing against Fulham, I thought that worked really well for him. He was a lot deeper. He wasn't receiving the ball in that 10 position just. He was getting deep. He was getting involved. He was getting involved in play where I spoke about it on Hammerlytics. If you didn't watch, by the way, Gonzo's video this morning on the forum channel, I would highly recommend you go check it out because it's got some behind the scenes Patreon stuff on there. One of which is the video I do, Hammerlytics, a series I do with Jack and Cal from over at Analytics United. Very smart people, smarter than I. We talk about tactics, we talk about statistics, formations, all that stuff. And we spoke about this endlessly, the idea of Paqueta receiving the ball without his back being to goal. When his back's to goal, you're just reducing what he can do. If he's reducing it, if he's sort of turned sideways, he can juice it and play it quicker and that sort of stuff. So playing in a 3 would allow him to do that more often, and I would be very keen on seeing that. Drew Cockney, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's have a look at some of these sub bingos, shall we? Let's have a look. It's a very you're not wrong. I'm very hungry, but me and my girlfriend have already got a dinner thing sorted, so it'll be gilding the Lee. However, It would be a very good one. Major, I can say though, I do have a plan for the kebab consumption. I'll tell you that much. I don't know when it's going to happen yet, but I do have a plan for that. 69, 53 minutes and 27 seconds. Martin Keown has the smallest forward I've ever seen. I can't say Richie I've ever noticed it, but I'm going to be staring now the second it comes back from the ad break. 45 minutes, 55 minutes, 54. 9th minute, stress. 68, 45, Rice for Lanzini. 69, nice. 78, 75th minute when Anderlecht equalised. Stress. We'll be getting on to score predictions in a second, but stress. 61 minutes, 64 minutes, Bowen off. Would you rather catch the Antonio bug or the Kent strain? I don't even know what the Antonio bug is, so I guess I'll take the risk, although I am vaxxed to the max, so maybe the other one would be better. I don't know. 64 minutes. Randolph or Ben Rama, 5 minutes. Obsidian Curse coming in with a curveball. You love to see it. 69 minutes says Richard. Anderlecht to score first. West Ham to win 3-1. We will be coming on to score predictions. In fact, actually, get your score. We're under 5 minutes away from kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Get your score predictions in chat now, and let's see what you're feeling. As I power through these, we'll get there in a second. Stu, my friend, I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you have a great stream and wish West Ham the best of luck. Thank you very much. And again, I say it as per usual, if you haven't subscribed to the Disabled Team, check him out. Because not only does Stu do great lead stuff with Russell, does great fantasy Premier League stuff, and also does great just like general Premier League stuff. We're talking with West Ham fans as well, Kieran and Titch both on there as well. So I would highly recommend checking out the Disabled Team. Their Extra Time on Friday nights is one of my favourite shows on YouTube. I listen to it all the time. So I would highly recommend it. Mr. Pete Hammer, good to see you. Hope you're well. 69th minute. Nice. 45 minutes Bowen for Craig. Craig would be a big addition. I'll be honest with you. There's been a NWA. No, NWA. Although, do I mean NWA? Maybe I was talking about the NWA. Who knows? Bowen. Sorry. Dawson would be a big thing to come on. He's been absolutely brilliant since he's made his way back into the team. If I'm honest, it was. I was almost concerned at the beginning of the season when it was known that he wasn't. That he sort of wanted to leave. Not maybe wanted to leave, but potentially wanted to go back up north. I was a little bit concerned that I thought, let's look at some of these score predictions while we go through. I was a little bit concerned that when he came into the side, it wouldn't be the most committed performance. I felt like if there was one person you could 1000% guarantee commitment from, it would be Craig Dawson. 200-0, 6-2. There's some wild. I don't know which one's more wild out of the two of them, but there's some wild predictions going on. You feel like Craig Dawson would give 100%, right? But realistically, I was like, if he wants to go, what's it going to happen? Henry, good to see you, my G, by the way. I hope you're well. And yet, he's come in and he's been absolutely brilliant. And it's part of me has thought, well, you know, it is highlighting that Zuma's not quite fit, potentially lots of different things like that. Woody, good to see your professional performance. Listen, I would take that all day, all night. I can't act like I wouldn't. But he's come in and been absolutely brilliant, so I would love to see it. I forgot to look. I have to look at halftime. I have to look again. But he's come in and been absolutely brilliant, so, you know. Don't know who the NWO are. The New World Order, Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. Come on now. Diesel. There's options, and we'll see what happens. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. Very, very shortly, it will be happening. So like I say, if you haven't... Oh, by the way, Dave, I have seen that. Yes, I have. And it was a wild moment seeing him in Carpenters. And I do like that Chris does consistently just tweet about West Ham stuff. Not individual scorelines. He's not quite Triple H, but there is just this thing where he just exists in the community. And I back it. As we get, and Dave as well with the £2. Thank you very much. See you at halftime. Like I said, there are ways to watch it available. So if you're going to watch it, then enjoy yourself. But remember, we will be here throughout the entire game, non-stop. We will be here doing as much as we humanly can to just get involved in a nice, lovely conversation with you all. So stick around if you haven't, because we'll be back at halftime as well with Geo, and then full time, of course, with the live review with Geo and Gonzo. However, until then, you have me. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the bell notification on your West Ham channel and all that, and like the video. We are currently at 247. Jesus Christ, that jumped up massively. 247. So if you haven't already, like the video. We're closing in on that 300 real quick. Before the game kicks off, remember there is a timer there to tell you exactly how far behind you I will be. I have to shout out One Football, who is sponsoring this video once more. It's a beautiful football app. You've heard us talk about it time after time because they sponsor us, but also it's just incredibly useful. Where did Geo Gonzo get the build-up show lineups from? One Football app, my friends. It's a lovely app that allows you to follow only the things you're interested in. So you don't have to hear about other teams. You don't have to hear about what's going on at Southampton. You can just hear about West Ham, for example. But maybe you want to hear about what's going on at Southampton. Maybe you're only interested in what's going on in the Premier League. You can do that as well. The One Football app, ladies and gentlemen, is a wonderful, beautiful app. It's free. The link to download it is in the description below. Click on that. It helps us out massively. And supports One Football, who have a very good app. Thank you very much for sponsoring us once more. One Football. We are almost about to kick off. I can see James is here. Hope you're good. Thank you, bro. Hope you are as well. Hope you're having a grand old time. Again, another channel. James is on his own. Usually James has does afterthought and the player ratings with a bunch of different people. He's on his own tonight because they're all at the game. Selfish James. So you got get over there, support James as he does his ting. Hope you're well, my bro. Hope you're having a good time. Right. If you are unaware, let's run through the teams one last time. I'll give the Anderlecht team a go. Anderlecht are playing Van Kronberg in goal. They have a back three of De Bas, Delacroix, and Ndai. They have a midfield five, probably of Murillo, Arnstad, Diawara, and Verscharen, with Amuzu at left wing back, and then a front two of Esposito and Fabio Silva. West Ham lineup as such: Areola in goal, Sufal, Johnson, Ogbonna, and Cresswell, with Emerson also included somewhere. We have Lanzini and Downs in midfield with Ben Rama and Paqueta, and Jared Bowen probably leading the line. We'll be interested to see exactly how that ends up lining up as the game starts. We'll be talking about it. But ladies and gentlemen, a huge moment where we could potentially top the Europa League conference group with 2 games to go. 100% win record so far. Can we continue it? Can we match it and power through into yet another dub? That's the hope here as Anderlecht visit the London Stadium. We are about to happen. Get hyped. Get hyped. Have you heard what I'm doing for Xmas? I did see you were doing a giveaway, James. I did see you were doing a giveaway. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want a shirt, James is doing a big old giveaway, and I would highly recommend it. I did see it, sir. I did see it, and I'm very excited. Very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, kickoff is about to happen. We are very close to being into the next round of the Europa Conference League. Anderlecht to kick off. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. Time to run 2 things. It's European football once again. It's West Ham United. It's Anderlecht. It's early pressure from Jared Bowen, forcing Anderlecht all the way back to the goalkeeper. Yeah, love to see it. I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I'm hyped as we've been talking about it, just getting more and more excited. Deploy the boys. Yes. Come on, Trouty. Come on, Trouty. Let's take it. Let's take it. Deploy to Benny as well. Listen, a big performance for Ben Rama could be a huge moment for us. Neil, good to see you. Hope you're well. Thank you. It's the Hammers Chat Christmas jumper. Available on the hammerschatstore.com. Link in the description below. As is that. As is this lovely shirt, I just realised. The AC/DC shirt. As is the mug I'm drinking tea out of. All Hammers Chat merch you can get at hammerschatstore.com. You know. Still, it's early for Crimbo. I don't disagree with you, but what I would say is this: I wasn't gonna wear it. I was gonna wear this, the Beatles shirt that we have to match Danny. Or Ben Rama cutting in from the inside, finds Paqueta. Paqueta can't find his way through. I was gonna wear that, but then I saw Gonzo was wearing this, and so I thought I'd do it as a joke, and then it just never got picked up on. So you know, we move. We move. It's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. Dave, I apologise. I've just realised I haven't put your name in the donor thing at the top. There we go. Apologies. Apologies. It was very late for me, Dave. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Looks like a back 4 then. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I can't quite get there. I'm trying to figure it out. Johnson striding forward. So Sufal is playing very far forward, which isn't really proof of whether we're playing a 3 or a 4, because he's usually like that. And if you watched Carrot Weekend, Jesus Christ, he's like that. Bowen seems to be quite far out on the right-hand side, which is interesting. He certainly seems to be further out on the right than I was expecting, which would maybe suggest it is some sort of 2 or 3 where he's on the side and Ben Rama is in this sort of more central role. Because Paqueta is definitely... Maybe not. I don't know, I'm interested. Ben Rama picks up the ball in a nice position. Tried to skip past 2, couldn't quite manage it. Ogbonna fighting with Fabio Silva there. Almost gets out blitzed, but it's good defending. Just gets on top of him, stops him from going forward, forces Anderlecht back. They're still on the right-hand side, trying to find a bit of space. We've sort of gone back into our defensive shape pretty nice and quickly. Just a lot of people. A lot of people. It's definitely fluid. Yeah. It's definitely more fluid than you would suspect. Driven into the path of their number 10. Who's that? Vasharan guy? Is that who it is? I think it's that Vasharan guy. There we go. Thank you very much, bro, Ben. Thank you very much. I hope you're well, by the way. Hope you're having a grand old time. Hope you had a good time the other day. Pissed off that I couldn't be there. Trains. Am I right, lads? But I hope you're having a grand old time. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you do use one of the links from the Discord, which I'll direct you to once more, then make sure to give a shout out to Athers if you're there. Big Ben doing bits. West Ham passing it around at the back. Under minor pressure, but not really a lot of it. Emerson trying to back heel into the path of Ben Rama. Can't quite manage it. Yeah, it's interesting. Bowen is definitely further out wide than I was expecting. I was expecting Bowen to play basically a central role, but essentially be the striker. That's what I was expecting from Bowen. But he's very wide onto the left, onto the right-hand side, which isn't something I was entirely thinking was going to happen. So I'm interested to see how that develops, because Paqueta's sort of playing that central role, which I'm not entirely shocked by. When we go defensive, it is definitely a 5 at the back. It is definitely the usual 5, the sort of 5-4-1 you would expect when we defend. It's the usual thing we do, right? So you have the 5 across the back with Emerson and Sufal dropping back into that sort of 5 shape. You have the 4 across midfield from right to left being Ben Rama, Lanzini, Downs, and then Jared Bowen, and then Paqueta sort of being the guy at the front. So there is certainly that. But yeah, Bowen a lot further out wide than I was expecting, which is interesting. Oh, that's a nice nip in there from Aaron Cresswell, who's charging forward. Paqueta picks up the ball. He's got Ben Rama charging ahead of him. This is a nice run from Ben Rama. Paqueta just keeps it going. He probably should have passed out to Aaron Cresswell there. He ends up going for it, and the goalkeeper collects it relatively comfortably after a deflected shot. Probably should have laid it off to Cresswell, who'd gone flying forward, who still isn't back. And so maybe a good time for Anderlecht to really put pressure on West Ham. Finds Fabio Silva. Flynn Downs is on top of him. Cresswell comes back. Finally, he's the captain for the night. Wasted opportunity there. I thought it was really good. Not on the screen, Ben. Not on the screen, because YouTube will come and kill us. But you can find it, like I say, in the Discord, link in the description below, and free pass places like that. Use VPNs, all that sort of stuff. VPNs, ad block, all that kind of stuff. Antivirus software, yeah. Fabio Silva crosses it in. Good block from Ben Johnson. Just cuts it out. We're doing well just to reduce any sort of space Anderlecht have in and around the middle. It's not really been too scary in terms of that so far. When Anderlecht have got forward, they found a little bit of space down the side. It's very classic West Ham. They found a little bit of space down the side, but in the centre, it's just completely and utterly crowded out and not working out whatsoever. Raised from Paqueta. Yeah, it was frustrating. You know. So it was annoying. It was annoying. Can everyone please stop using the C word? Still a few too much. Okay, how about buy a festive jumper? How about that? From hammerschatstore.com. It's not called festive jumper on the store, but how about it's festive? You know? Who's on the bench? The bench is... There you go. Randolph, Hedgie, Dawson, Rice, Souček, Coventry, Skulls, Forson, Potts, Fornals, and Skamaka. Do you think Moyes is hoping to be all square late before bringing on Skamaka for the winger? Risky. And we need quicker passes. I agree with that, Isma. I think it is a bit... Look, I think it's a risky strategy, and it's not one I would have gone with. I would have preferred us to actually really go from it from the start. All this nice play. Bowen down the side, getting pulled down. That's going to be a free kick. Yeah, as easy as you like. It's a free kick. And probably a professional yellow. Yeah, it's a yellow card. It's for a professional foul. As obviously as you like. It's not a strategy I would go with, Carl. I do think he is playing a little bit hard and fast with it, knowing that we have the other two matches to still qualify top of the group. I personally would like to just shut it out today, but he has sort of been forced into it with the likes of Antonio missing and potentially Kera and Zuma as well. So he's sort of been forced into it. Oh, Deckers, how are you, sir? I'm all right. I'm sort of almost back to normal after being ill for about a month. I'm almost back to normal. Almost-ish. But I'm alright, bro. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. H. Pretty pass. Also, Discord and link in the description. But free kick in a good area. Cresswell standing over it alongside Lanzini. It's about 25 yards away from the goal. Sort of heavily over onto the right-hand side. Certainly not flash on you. It's not a shooting position, if we're being honest about it. Or maybe you could bend it in. It's sort of right by the sort of the edge of the box. It's by the corner of the box. Maybe Cresswell fancy bending this one in top corner. He approaches it. He hits it. He's gone for it. Over. A sighter from Aaron Cresswell. It was one of those angles where, you know, maybe if you get it up and down, you could probably just catch that keeper out on the near side, but way over, nowhere close enough, unfortunately. Solid work. Jesus Christ, a hell of a lot going on in that meal, but it's solid work. I'm very jealous. I'm hungry. I can't lie to you. If you're on the Discord, ask Ben Athers, who should be about, Ginge, who should also be about as well, potentially to help out. I'm sure they'd be happy to. Throwing them under the bus. Ben, if you're still here, I apologise for throwing you under the bus like that, but I'm sure they'd be happy to help. But also, footy pass, you know. Nice to see some interplay between the players opening up the opposition. Getting there. Early doors, 10 minutes in. You know, not a barnstorming performance, but there's been a couple of opportunities where we've seen a little bit of a nice, like I say, interplay. Bowen and Soufal there to win the free kick. Paqueta getting into some good space. Off a nice nip off Aaron Cresswell. Should have laid it off. Some flashes. West Ham bit lackadaisical at the back. I mean, it concerns me a little bit at the back because it's just so... We have... The back is where we have our probably the most amount of players in positions they could play. Although, again, we're playing a sort of semi-back three with two fullbacks. So maybe not, but a little bit concerning that they can press us that easily in those positions. Mr. Pardew, my guru, hope you're well. Hope you're all right. Silk ball winning 1-0. Puts pressure on Anderlecht. Oh, go on, Bowen. Bowen does well there. Free kick, apparently, somehow. Not sure. I thought that was a really good tackle, to be fair. But as long as it's not a yellow card, I'm fine with it. But I thought it was a good tackle, to be fair. Putting pressure on Anderlecht there. They're passing it around quite easily. And Jared Bowen. Yeah, I don't really get how that was a foul. I'm not going to lie. A throw into Anderlecht I'd maybe give you, although I still can't really figure out how that would happen. But a foul. No clue. No clue. Anderlecht are in a bit, are in pressure. I've got pressure on them today because they could potentially, if Silkeborg do well, it's going to be a straight shootout from them to see who gets through. Paqueta doing well on the left hand side to keep possession of the ball, finds Ben Rama in a nice position. Oh, he wins a free kick. We'll take that. We'll take that. He sort of tries to shift it between his legs, and Diawara takes him down. Geo's going to be enjoying that, I think, for the bet. I think Diawara's on a yellow card, isn't he, for that? So that'll be good. Benrahma just trying a little bit of close control to take it round him. Just tripped over. Goes down theatrically, but it is a foul. It is a foul, and it's a free kick in a slightly better position than last time. Now, whether we go for the shot on this one or not is a different question. I don't know, but it is a slightly better position than last time. Probably, I would suspect Lanzini and Cresswell standing over it again. Yep. It's way more central this time. You're talking almost in the column, the sort of the central area where the D is. Probably about the same distance away, 20, 25 yards, something like that. Cresswell and Benrahma standing over it. Either of them could hit it. Benrahma, we've seen score free kicks in pre-season, for example. Cresswell already with a sighter. Maybe he takes this one as well. Benrahma hits it. Oh! Yes! It's Saeed Benrahma who gets the goal with a beautiful free kick. Just bends it in. Doesn't need a sighter. Doesn't need the sighter. As crisp as you like. Brilliant free kick from Saeed Benrahma. It's West Ham United 1, Anderlecht 0. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You just love to see it. There you go. David Moyes, are you watching? Are you watching an absolutely beautiful free kick? Cresswell just sort of dummies it. Benrahma up and over the ball really nicely. Right into that bottom corner. Really nicely done. To get it up and over and dip that much to where it is literally in the bottom corner, you love to see it. Good stuff. Good stuff. 1-0. Saeed Benrahma with a free kick. There we go. There we go. Oh, we'll be taking that. We'll be taking that all day, ladies and gentlemen. He's a happy boy. I can't be happy. It's a good time. It's a good time. He was your boyhood hammer. Mine was Dix all the way. Joe Cole. Joe Cole. Joe Cole was my guy. When I grew up, it was Joe Cole. After that, it was probably Yossi Benayoun. They were my two. Like, attacking midfielders, right? Oh, why does he love Paqueta? But yeah, no, Joe Cole when I was growing up was like the guy for me. I had 26 on the back of my shirt, all that sort of palaver. When we saw him, we did a video a couple of years ago where we did where he was sitting in corporate. We got invited to corporate by someone who was sponsoring us at the time. And we met him there, we saw him there, and I was like, oh, it's Joe Cole. And when he came back the second time, very exciting as well. Very exciting as well. Oh, come on. Saeed Benrahma with the goal. We'll be taking that all day, Silkeborg 2-0, putting Anderlecht under a lot of pressure now. And this could work out really well for us. Downs just does tackle. Referee says play on, though. It's fine. And then apparently a handball, I think, against Sufal. Again, more pressure on Anderlecht. They're going to have to open up. This could be really good for us. Getting the early goal could be massively beneficial. Anderlecht already sort of under pressure to get a win today to try and continue pushing through in this competition. They're under pressure from Silkeborg, who are winning 2-0 now. So they're going to have to really try and step to us to get a goal. Fabio Silva hits it from range straight into the hands of Areola, but a nicely struck shot, even if it was never going in. And that could leave space for us to open. We've got an exciting front three, even if it isn't necessarily a front three we would maybe put together as the out and out front three. But we've got a lot of people who can cause damage. Again, Paqueta winning another free kick there. Is it off Diawara? But again, those sort of things Paqueta's just done there. We're collecting the ball, putting a bit of pressure. Yeah, last chance for Saloon for Diawara. That yellow card may be coming, ladies and gentlemen. If you've got in the bet, force them the changes, I think was the quote, then it may be incoming. But that sort of thing with him, Benrahma and Bowen, all people who can draw a foul, all people who can cause problems. And if they are a little bit of 6s and 7s after committing themselves a bit too far forward away, then this could really, really benefit us. Mate, he's rocking and rolling. Yeah, Dean Ashton was obviously, when Dean was here, it was a huge thing of mine. The overhead kick was like one of the last things he did for us, was just like, not the Mark Noble one, the Man United one. Although I was watching that video the club uploaded of Carlton Cole goals, and I completely forgot he did one against City. Not as good, but a beautiful moment. Oh, into Paqueta. Oh, it's a beautiful opportunity. Okay, he's offside. That makes it ever so slightly better. But oh my God, the interplay there was so nice. Just slotting our way forward. Paqueta lays it off the downs, who flicks it to Benrahma, and then through to Paqueta again, who'd carried on his run through, and it's just offside and one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Could have and should have finished it beautifully, but thankfully he was offside, so it doesn't really matter either way. But damn it. Kimmy! How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Flipping hell, Kimmy. I haven't spoken to you in ages. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good time, man. Flipping heck. Sorry, I got very excited there. I apologise. I hope you're well. I haven't spoken to you in ages. Great little string of passes. Really nicely just played. Just intricate play there, getting in there. Would you start Areola ahead of Fabianski? I personally would. I think Fabianski's been good this season, apart from 2 notable moments. But personally, I would. I just prefer him. I think he's the long-term thing. But I'm also confident that even if he's not playing regularly now, he will, by the end of the season, be the guy. I'm very confident of that fact. I just realised we're at 283 likes. We're 17 off 300. We're 17 off the goal. You love to see it. Benny bought a foul with his trickery and feet and scored the resulting free kick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that sort of nice silky touches, the nice sort of close control can really cause them problems. Especially Diawara, who's already on a last sort of chance warning from the referee. They've already got another one, Armstead, on a yellow card. Just get them getting at that midfield 3 and really put them under some pressure, because there's going to be issues. It wouldn't surprise me if there's more cards to come, let alone just those 2 potentially. A Diawara, if he does end up picking up a yellow, it feels like there could be more. Just get him in and around those positions. Downs laying it out to Soufal, who tries it's a nice idea to flick it over the top. And to be fair, Benrahma manages to get onto the head of it, get on the end of it, lays it out nicely to Emerson. He's got Paqueta on the inside. He dicks it over, looking for Soufal, couldn't quite find him. Soufal's flick forward, it didn't look great, but then all of a sudden a little bit of a mistake from Anderlecht, and it let us in. And again, we're just looking dangerous. It's not an orthodox front 3 by any stretch of the imagination, and Soufal and Emerson supporting them with Lanzini a little bit deeper. It's not orthodox, but they're certainly looking lively when they get into it. That's a nice interception there by Flynn Downs after good pressure from Lanzini. I'll tell you what, that midfield 2 is working so far. I'll give it that. It's working so far. Long way to go in this game, but it's looking all right. Frustrating. I'll accept it because he's finding the opportunities and more will come. If that was in the 80th minute, we'd have a different story. But now, I can accept that. So pleased with Benny scoring. Always managed almost criminal. It's very awkward to say the least, but him getting a goal is a beautiful thing and hopefully a massively beneficial thing. Oh, Willie, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Late to the party, we're already a goal up. How we're looking? We're looking all right. We're looking okay. Don't get me wrong. Certainly, Ogbona's down. Something to keep an eye on. Ogbonna is down, getting treatment right now. We're looking okay. Don't get me wrong. There's been 1 or 2 moments where Anderlecht have found a little bit of space and slipped in there. But in reality, we're looking pretty good. And when we do get the ball and go forward, although our front 3 is not orthodox at all, everyone having that sort of individual bit of skill really helps us. It really allows us to sort of create some opportunities and some space. I tell you what, Gonzo's going to be loving it. Loving it. I'm surviving. How are you? Yeah, I'm all right. You know? Bad back. But apart from that, I'm okay. I'm all right. But it's good to see you, bro. I haven't spoken to you in ages, so it's just good to see you. Ogbonna going off, a little shake of the hand between him and Fabio Silva to show no hard feelings. Dawson is able to come on. I don't know if Ogbonna's going to stay off. I think he is. He's getting a round of applause and he seems to be coming off properly. And Craig Dawson coming on in his place. Not the worst thing you're ever going to see, Craig Dawson coming on, but you don't want to see Ogbonna go off injured, especially if Zuma and Kera are injured, because neither of them are in the squad tonight. Another centre-back injury wouldn't be good. And, of course, Ogbonna... I mean, he's walking off under his own pressure and seems to be mostly okay. So, hopefully that's more preventative than... anything else, you know? My childhood hero was obviously Brooklyn Bonds, like every West Ham fan at that time. Yeah, fair. Soft spots Dave Cross, fair. He came down the boats once. I think I met him very briefly, but I don't really remember it. But he did come down to the boats. Yeah. Listen, your generation is very lucky, True Cockney, because you have such a wealth of options. Although, I have a bunch of cult heroes, but not legends, if you know what I mean. Even if they are legends to me, Carlton Cole, for example. Undoubted legend. We got a corner right after Craig Dawson comes on. Ladies and gentlemen, deploy the boy. Release the beast. Yes, get him in there. It's Craig time. Here he comes. Deploy the big doors. Dun, 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 dun. It's doors. Yeah, I listen. I never expect people to watch it anyway, so just you rocking up at all was very kind of you. Whipped in. Over the top of Dawson there, straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Yeah, I never expect people to watch it all, so I appreciate you being here regardless. So thank you. And again, I hope you're doing all right. Roy of the Rovers makes his entrance to ball. Here he comes, big boy, doing big bits. All right, I mean, we'll see. Like I say, Dawson coming on is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's a bit bad injury-wise. Got to hope that we have enough fit centre-backs to play football at the weekend. But, you know, hopefully that's preventative. Downs on the ball, lays it off to Johnson. It is definitely a 3 at the back. I mean, it's basically a 3-4-3. I mean, that's essentially what it is. Maybe it is a little bit more similar to the sort of European formation. The sort of Paqueta dropping really deep there to pick it up again and then just laying it back to Dawson. Clap him because he's on the pitch. Come on, big Craig. It is that usual European formation by the looks of it. In general, that's kind of where we're at. The 3 at the back, 5 at the back, however you want to say it. You've got Lanzini and Downs in the sort of middle. Paqueta in the centre, just ahead of them. And then a kind of front 2-ish of... kind of a front 2-ish with Bowen and Ben Rama. But they sort of split and Paqueta sort of takes up the role. You can call it a false 9 if you want. That's sort of what most people would describe it as, I guess. It's interesting. But it's sort of working. Oh, good work. Good work, Flynn Downs there, getting in there, tackling, just laying it off to Sufal, who a little bit under pressure wins a free kick from Amazu. Yeah, Jeff, as everyone said, Oggy went off. Oggy went off injured. Nice ball down the line for Emerson. Bit of turn under pressure from I'm not sure who their 62 is, but their number 62. Short throw to Cresswell quickly. A competent throw in from West Ham, surprisingly. Not massively effective, but we've kept the ball, and that's the first thing I would like from a throw-in is to keep possession. Battling for it, Emerson getting involved there, Lanzini, Paqueta. Nice interception by Lanzini, lays it down the line, looking for Ben Rama, who hits it across first time. Ooh, into the path of Bowen, was there. Can't quite get there. Delcourt headers it away, but Sufal, whose foot out was just in case he could follow it, and the Bast stays down. To be honest with you, he's going to be okay. The contact was not that strong. And he does get straight back up there. It's not going to be any yellows or anything. But yeah. But Craig Dawson cost only 2 minutes. It's very important to just talk about forever how cheap and brilliant and beautiful and amazing he is, you know. I did not see. I've barely been on Twitter recently. Send it to me. WhatsApp it to me. Very, very 10 of Venables. Yeah. Love a Christmas tree. I used to be obsessed with the Christmas tree formation when I was young. Don't know why. I was just obsessed with it being the greatest thing that's ever been invented by man. I used to think about it all of the time. I don't know why. We'd do like a thing at school where we would like see who could make like the best formation and the best teams like under certain restrictions. Like, best team of only Premier League players. Best team you can make from blah 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 blah. And like I was obsessed. I always used the Christmas tree. I don't know why. Yeah, always big doors. Best investment, even if he goes for free. 100%. 100%. Beautiful man. Let him go off into the sunset to do whatever he wants to do. Nothing but good times for Big Craig. beloved by all. Throw into West Ham on the right-hand side, just by the halfway line. By the halfway line. Oh, 308 likes. We've already flown past the target. Let's go. Let's go. Flying. Flying today. Deckers. I think Bowen. Oh, no. No, it didn't quite work out. It was close. Straight to the goalkeeper. Again, just finding those spaces. Deckers. That the picture of Dawson in that just is incredible. You couldn't have picked a better picture of him, just stoically staring. Bowen almost getting in there, hits it, but it ends up being straight at the goalkeeper. Again, we're just opening him up. West Ham having a throw in on the right-hand side now. Is that because it was a foul throw? Unbelievable if that's the case. West Ham, well, hang on. West Ham, the only club he hasn't been relegated in. What a man. What a man indeed. What a man indeed. I sort of never stop. If they come on the shuffle, I'm not skipping them. When do you start sorting for them? Probably after Halloween is acceptable, in my opinion. But listen, if it comes on the playlist, if it comes on shuffle during the year, I'm not exactly going to turn it off, you know? Nice control. Lays it forward. Ooh, nice control on the inside by Anderlecht there. Stabs it into the path of their forward, who goes down emphatically looking for a free kick. Doesn't get one. Rolls about for a while looking at a referee to see if he was going to get it. Obviously, he's back up now. It's fine. Yeah. So, this is to confirm you're not West Ham clips as a WhatsApp clip. Thank you. Thank you. Tell flipping Frankel that. He was messaging me the other day about it again. He doesn't stop, Reese. He doesn't stop. It's so annoying. Benrahma lays it down to Emerson. He's got Bowen in the centre charging through. Emerson on the left-hand side, pulls it back for Bowen, takes a touch, shifts it onto his strong... Oh, he powers it in. It's 2. He shifted it onto his strong foot and then just hit an absolute pile driver. Bosh, not a semblance of doubt. Jared Bowen makes it 2. West Ham United 2. Anderlecht 0. I'll be honest, this game's over. I can't see Anderlecht coming back into this at this point. They've not been anywhere near good enough today, and we have just been beating them relatively comfortably. Big Bosh finish from Jared Bowen. Emerson does well down the line, picks up the ball off Benrahma. He charges. All of the Anderlecht players just stepping off. No one picks up Jared Bowen, who's in acres of space right in the D, just outside the area. That is poor defending from Anderlecht. Not a single person even comes close to picking up Bowen, who shifts it onto his strong foot and then hits a big old Bosh. It's not an incredible one in terms of it's not top corner, it's not bottom corner, it's not anything like that. He just shifts it onto his strong foot, puts his laces through it, a big powerful thunderbolt of a shot. Goalkeeper whose feet go the wrong way, who sidestepped the wrong way the first time, can't scramble back across. Jared Bowen, 2-0 West Ham. Let's go. Let's go. Honestly, I was concerned about this one. I really was. I thought it was going to be Smacker would be proud. Smacker would be proud of that one. I was concerned about this one. I thought it was going to be I don't know. I was just highly concerned about the entire situation. You know, I thought that we were too weak. I thought that they, had done well in the first game against us, so they had a lot to fight for, trying to scrap for that second place to try and get through. It just felt like it was set up for a bit of an awkward game today. And to be honest with you, we've just been better than them. We just have. Early in the game, they had a couple of opportunities. They had a couple of little bits where they were making some space, getting in and around their box, making it happen. But since then, our front three has been really good. Good backup play as well from Soufal and Emerson. Lanzini and Downs have been good in the centre of the park. I'm just confident. We're just doing too well. We just got too much for them. this European formation, this is the first time it's really felt like it's worked today. It's been a bit awkward the rest of the time. Every other time we've played it, it's felt a little bit awkward. Whereas today, it just feels like we've got control of it. We've got a handle of how it should be working. This front three, just with nice close control and passing, just getting in there. Lanzini backing them up. Again, Ben Rama's on the ball again here, down the left-hand side. Tries to cross it in, can't quite get there. Or they managed to stop it from going out for a corner. That's really well done there by Anderlecht. But they do concede a throw-in. But again, they just look like it's working. Emerson playing really well. I agree. I think he's having a good game. Bowen, yes. Bowen, big. Who got the assist was a good ball? Emerson. Emerson got the assist to use. Looking for 4-0 now. It certainly feels... It doesn't... Look, nice ball by Ben Rama into Cresswell. Pulls it back for Bowen. Sufal gets on the end of it but can't do anything with it. Bowen just... that could have been another. Bowen, the ball gets played through from Cresswell. It was a nice play by Ben Rama into the space of Aaron Cresswell. He's flying forward, comes through on the underlap, pulls it back for Jared Bowen, who just absolutely misses it. Disappointing. First time assistant. Yeah, it's working today. It hasn't felt like it's worked every other time we've played it. It's always felt a little bit awkward, a little bit janky. Doesn't seem to have quite worked out well for us. Whereas today, it just seems to be working. And I think it is just the personnel in the system. Oh, that's nicely done by Amuzu. Pulls it back for looking Fabio Silva. Just past everyone. Hits on the far side. Wide. That was well picked up by Amuzu. Just a little bit of complacency at the back again. Showing that Anderlecht do have something about them. We can't just completely roll over them. Amuzu picks up on the awkward pass from Craig Dawson. Ben Johnson can't quite get there. I mean, he fires a ball across the box. Can't quite get on the end of it. Fabio Silva is behind him, and it lays her up to for Sharon, or however you pronounce his name. And he can't hit it. Just looking at the replay of the Bowen, who just head in his hands instantaneously. Oh, can't tell who was flying through there, but someone was. I'll tell you what, we're doing really well. I'm sorry, Taz. It's probably a bad time for you. I apologize. Oh. Did they just say Jared Bowen is now officially our joint top goal scorer in European history with 6? It's not surprising that it's quite low, but at the same time, quite low. Bowen, that was a nice idea to find Paqueta, but way ahead of him. Oh, we just got a David Cross shout as well. There you go. Shout out Cockney. Shout out to Cockney. You just sort of walk forward there, Anderlecht, quite far as well. Pulled back. Oh, dangerous. Dangerous. Not super comfortable there for Sharon. Again, getting another opportunity. They just sort of strolled forward, Anderlecht, kind of directly through the middle of our just entire team. They just wandered straight through. And thankfully, their shot gets pulled wide again, but a little bit of complacency setting in, maybe defensively, that we should probably be dealing with a little bit better. Still, Paqueta does really well. And Paqueta gets a yellow card. We'll have to look at the replay there to see if he does anything with his hand. Paqueta gets a yellow card there. I thought we held off the midfielder really, really well there, but he ends up... who is it? I think it was Diawara who's hassling him there. Yeah, he picks up the ball and he sort of... Yeah, okay, I can see why it's a yellow card. Paqueta does well to sort of get on the ball. He sort of shoulders him off well, but his hand does come back. I don't think he means to slap him across the face with his elbow like that, but he ends up doing it, and I can understand why it's a yellow card, even if I think it's a bit harsh. Even though I do think it's a bit harsh. We look so smooth in attack. We really do. We really do. Again, defensively, maybe need to wake up a little bit, but attacking-wise, we look brilliant. Oh, Downs with a nice little spin. Downs amid his huge regional system was working the way it is. Potentially, I mean, he's the defensive one, right? So you'd want him or Rice in there to really be the sort of defensive rock who sit. Although Rice doesn't really sit. So actually, out of all of the midfielders we have, he probably is the one that would make it work because he's the one who'll sit the most. So you're probably right, actually, in that sense. You want someone who's going to sit and allow sort of Lanzini to stride a little bit further forward, to allow the free to sort of do what they need to do, allow the wing-backs to get forward. You sort of need someone who's going to be that sort of anchor point, and he's sort of doing that. I'm very happy with that. Don't get me wrong, it's light, but I can see why it's a yellow. Even if I think it's light, I can see why it's a yellow. You know what I mean? Just an elbow out. It doesn't really mean it, but it happens. No. I could take Danny's t-shirt off, but mine is staying firmly on. A, it's cold, and B, no one wants to see that. And I know you're going to say, no. No. Lazzini does well, just a nice outside of the boot pass to Aaron Cresswell, who's having a good game as well. Attacking wise, we're looking really good today. We're looking really nice today. Lanzini out wide to Jared Bowen. God, Flynn Downs has ventured forward ahead of him. Screw that anchor point, I'm saying. He's in the box. He's the most advanced player in there. Soufal lays it off to Jared Bowen. Tries to make a run in for a crossing position. He's taken down easily. And that's going to be a free kick. Diawara. He's got to be close to a yellow. He has to be close to a yellow. Diawara. He's consistently just these little niggly fouls. And again, just another professional one there. Taking out Jared Bowen from behind. He's nowhere even remotely close to the ball. He just trips him over. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's not on a yellow yet. It's going to be very close. No. Although, listen, I need Baby Bell merch. I need Baby Bell merch. I need to start some sort of campaign to get Baby Bells to sponsor this show. I'm talking to Geo about sponsorships a lot at the moment. We need to get that involved. You know? No. Never, Richie. Never, Richie. Never. Yeah, he does look sharper. I'm really enjoying his performance today. He's going to take his free kick potentially. Him and Lanzini, sort of corner plus territory. He does. He whips it in, just behind everyone. Not a great ball in the end, but Benrahma collects it on the edge. It's well shuffled off by the number 62, but Flynn Downs, good tackle, just stopping that one from happening. And again, really quick, sharp passing. It doesn't quite work out. Lanzini taken out, and now they can attack. This is a really dangerous opportunity for Anderlecht. They're flying forward here. I'll tell you what, we've got back well with numbers. It's Esposito, cuts inside onto his right. Oof, good save from Areola. Good save. Comes flying across. I know it does right. I need to start some sort of campaign for this. A really good save. Comes flying across down this left-hand side to Anderlecht. They pick out Esposito. He puts it in onto his right foot and it just tries to bend it into that far post. It's a really nice hit. It's confidently hit, and Areola at full stretch to stop that one. What are we taking now? For Sharon to take it. Corner on the right-hand side for Anderlecht. Whipped in. They do get a header to it. He rises well to get on the end of it, but he was always underneath it. Very high up in the air from their defender. Gets underneath it. Bounces off the top of his head. Way high and over. Steve Bruce is in the chat. Good to see you, Brucey, mate. Have you seen that Bowen goal? Whoa. Have you seen it? Wait, that's incredible. I'm on the edge of my seat. The power, the finish. Wow. What a goal. I'm speechless. Wow, you and me both, Brucey, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a grand old time. Steve Bruce, everyone. If you ever want any sort of knowledge, if Pards isn't here at the time, then I would highly recommend Steve Bruce. Just a legendary figure. You know? Welcome. It never stops around here. It never stops around here. And it's always incorrect. Never stops, but it's always incorrect. You know? It's very kind of you. I'm going to try and find some Baby Bell merch for myself. I don't know what I'm going to get. I've got Greg's merch. Now I need Baby Bell merch. You know? Have you ever been staking for Tiny Tim? Never. Specifically in the Muppet Christmas Carol version. It is me, Tiny Tim. Oh, what a sad moment now that was. What a film. What a film. We're getting a big change of the ball and a drop ball. You love to see it. It's a rarity in football these days. No, I think we're probably safe tonight. Although, again, a little bit of complacency in defence setting in maybe. They're showing that they still could potentially pick something up, but we're doing well. Though Flynn Downs a little bit caught out there. Battles well back. He does well. He does well to come back in and stop that one from being anything. Again, a little bit lackadaisical. Just they managed to step in and we managed to stop it. So not too bad. You've never eaten a baby bell, Jeff. Who are you? Me and kebabs? It's disgraceful. Get baby bell, Jeff. You know what I mean? The problem is they do come in like nests. So if you don't like them, you've got a whole bunch of baby bells to deal with. So I can understand it. I also am the person who legendarily thinks cheese is overrated. So I understand it. Nice ball by Jared Bowen, looking for Ben Rama. Couldn't quite find it. It was a nice idea. Anderlecht's having a really good spell here, to be fair. Having a really good spell. Listen, I will always defer to Mr. Pardew before before Brucey, always. But I'm just saying that it's he will do in your stead, Mr. Pardew. But you are the guru. I can't detest that. De Silva tries to spin around and punt that one at goal. Can't quite make it work. Like I said, they're having a good spell here. Anderlecht. They're getting people in around the box. They're getting opportunities. It's certainly not as comfortable as you would like for us. You keep saying it's. Hang on, sorry. Okay, no. I was trying to time someone out, but it just wouldn't work for some reason. It has in fact happened, so we're fine. Yeah, like I say, a little bit. I don't know, just a little bit. I think we were absolutely flying with those 2 goals. There was a lot of it. The attacking play was absolutely beautiful. We were moving really nicely, and then Anderlecht has sort of grown into the game a little bit and got a grip of it a little bit and started creating some nice opportunities, some nice moments. You know, they've sort of flooded out. It feels a little bit like we're looking a little bit more isolated. That's nicely done by Ben Rama there, though. Tries to stab it into the path of Ben Rama. Bowen, but couldn't quite find it. Ben Johnson there easily shoves the Anderlecht player. I think it was Esposito off the ball, who just gets told to get up by the referee. But just a little bit like a day's at the back, maybe. Dawson there is asking for a passing option. He's not really got any. I don't know. Last 10 minutes, just been very Anderlecht focused. Again, we're still comfortable. They're not creating killer. Well, they're creating fairly decent chances, but they're not killer. They're not absolutely belting it. As far as I'm aware, it's 2-0. Someone in the chat said it was 2-0 at one point to Silkeborg, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I want to play 8% possession with 7 at the back. Strike force of Phil Jones and that striker from the Royal Reynolds team, Mullen. Shout out, listen, Super Paul Mullen. You just don't think you understand? Rex documentary pretty good, by the way. Pretty good. Bit like the 20-minute episodes are a bit short, and that doesn't really work for me. Although I think when there's multiple episodes, it works a little bit better. But it's a little bit short for me. But I've been enjoying it. I've got 2 more episodes to go before I'm finished. I know they put the last 3 up on Disney Plus last night. I've watched 1. I've got the last 2 to go. Two minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Comfortably 2-0. And we've certainly stepped off the pace since we scored our second. We've sort of... Nice play between Ben Rama and Paqueta there. Lays it through to Bowen again. Flynn Downs coming flying in. It's gonna be a free kick to Anderlecht. No cards, and their player can get up now. But yeah, was it Diawara? It was Diawara. Yeah, it's a foul. I think we're doing all right. We're doing okay. Like I say, we've sort of calmed down a little bit since the second goal. Anderlecht have worked their way back into the game, stepped up a little bit, created some chances that are a little bit concerning. But if we're being honest, they've not really looked like they've not really looked super likely to take them. But again, a little bit easy to get through, a little bit easy to create the opportunities. It's weird because I think Lanzini and Downs have both played well. But they've sort of but they have Anderlecht maybe gone through them a little bit easier than I would like, even though I do think they're having a good performance. It's just one of those situations where I feel like Anderlecht have got through a little bit easy. in the last 10 minutes or so. But 2-0 up, we're going to accept it. We're sort of calm. Hopefully a nice professional performance from this way out, and we'll take a comfortable 2-0 win. Do you think that Jason Statham is the worst actor that has ever lived? Nah. You seen The Room? They're all pretty bad. I've met 2 of them, but they're all pretty bad. You know, there's many worse actors out there. There is the halftime whistle. The halftime score at the London Stadium is West Ham United 2, Anderlecht 0. And like I say, it's one of those situations where it feels like we were sort of free flowing of just sort of floating. The opening 10 minutes, I thought they did well. Then, you know, the opening 10 minutes, I thought they did well. Anderlecht, and then it was sort of our game for half an hour or 25 minutes, whatever it was. And then towards the end of that half, I thought again they sort of stepped up to the plate and sort of started creating issues again. It's certainly not the easiest ride we've ever had, but again, with this Europa League conference group, it sort of maintains a situation where our quality tends to shine through. It doesn't tend to be too scary. You know, we might not create the most amount of chances, but when we do, they just seem to be very high quality, and it sort of almost comes easy to us. I think this is the best performance from this formation we've seen in Europe so far. This is certainly the most fluid we've been, the most attacking we've been, the most exciting we've been in that sense. But like I say, they still have had a couple of opportunities where maybe we shouldn't have allowed them to. But by and large, very, very comfortable. I don't know. How do you feel about it, Geo Mackie?
I am very, very happy. Straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I think we're sort of correct. How do you see the formation? Because to me, it's the exact same one we've been playing in Europe the entire time. Sort of 5 or 3, however you see it, the 2-1-2 kind of thing going on.
Yeah, I see it is 3-4. 3-2-1-1-2. However you want to see that front three.
You've sort of got Paqueta slightly deeper and centrally, and then you've got Bowen on one side and sort of Ben around the thing. I think out of all of the times we've seen this formation, we've seen it quite a few times in Europe. This is the most comfortable we've been in that, and it's the most fluid we've been up front. I like the sort of movement, the passing, all of that stuff going on.
It's also because Paqueta's actually coming back behind Downs and Lanzini at times. He's actually dropping so far deep. He's actually beyond them. He's closer towards centre backs than he is to Jared Bowen. But it's working. It's comfortable. It's relatively easy, straightforward. This is what we're wanting. You know, this Moyes will be rubbing his hands at half time. You know, Gianluca Scamacca, Declan Rice, keep your trackies on, lads, because there's no need for you this week.
Any concern about the sort of couple of the chances Anderlecht have had?
No. I don't think
it's weird. I think a better team would concern me. You know, I think because they've created some opportunities that were relatively good, but the finishing has always been lacking. You know, the one that gets fired across and there's a moment where he could sort of shoot, but it's off target. There's been a couple of those sort of moments, but none of them have been converted with any sort of aplomb, if you know what I mean.
They've had a couple of... I don't even know if they have had chances, Charlie. The one from distance was a routine save from Areola. Defensive played quite well. And the next best chance that wasn't a goal was for Jared Bowen. You know, while they might have missed a couple, we've also missed a couple as well. So it's a straightforward evening. There's a lot to like out there. I'm enjoying it, actually. I'm enjoying watching who are currently squad players playing well. It's very pleasing to see. There's a lot to take. So far. It's only half time, second half to go. But there's a lot of positivity to take from this coming out of this game. You know, the first win in European football felt, you know, we did win, but it was a bit of a poor performance. It's not a poor performance tonight. We are playing well tonight. We're moving the ball about well. Defensively, we're looking relatively solid. Every player knows their position. I'm enjoying tonight, Charlie. I know there'll be that disclaimer, which is, but it's only Europa Conference League, which is fair. But this is our second team, so it swings and roundabouts, really. You know, our second string's beating one of the stronger sides of Belgian football. You know, this is good. This is positive. I'm enjoying it. I like it.
I'll take it. All right, I'm going to go and get a drink and enjoy the chat for a bit.
Cheers, Charlie. Anyway, right, let's see what you're all saying in the live chat. Leon would love to know the distance Paqueta has done. He's all over the place. Dean says Creswell has turned into prime Maldini. Mark says we don't want to get complacent, need another goal. I think the boys have done well. Rich said this team will get us to the business end of the domestic cup competition. Ralph said this earlier on, Moyes is going possession football, and it will be interesting like it was 30 years ago. I'm enjoying it. Adams says Paqueta's everywhere but his position. I know what you mean. There's times where he's almost trying too hard at times. There was, at one point, Anderlecht midfielder played it back and he tried to anticipate the defender doing almost an edgy pass, and if he got it right, he was almost an own goal, but he was so far out of position. Anyway, Arthur said if you were told there's a £50 million player on the pitch, would you say it's Paqueta, Benrahma? Neither. I would say it's Aaron Cresswell. I'd say Cresswell's the 50 million man. If it wasn't him, I'd say it's Flynn Downs, to be honest with you. And if it wasn't him, it was Jared Bowen. But Paqueta, I think, has been all right. He's not been bad, but he's not been good. I think there's some players that have been good, though. So Taz thinks Paqueta needs to release the ball a little bit quicker. Other than that, I love him. Paul thinks Downs has been fantastic. Same with Benrahma. Bronson, do you fear for Ogbonna now? I feared for him already, to be honest with you, Bronson. When we do the player ratings the morning after the game on our Patreon, the last couple of times we've discussed Ogbonna, I've said to Gonzo, I think this is it. Like, not finished. This is all we're going to see from Ogbonna this season. Group stage, Conference League, League Cup, FA Cup. That's it. I would be surprised if he plays any meaningful Premier League games of Ogbonna. Obviously, it's not good him going off. I hope he returns because he's an excellent professional and he's a really nice player to have for nights like tonight. Hugh says, just watching the first half highlights, Moyes is the only one on the West Ham bench that isn't on his feet celebrating when Benrahma scored. Wayne, do you say quick Downs got back? Downs is giving it 100% out there. Downs is giving it 100%. Major says, Bowen off now, saving for Sunday. Scott says, 4 wins in a row. Are we still Moyes out? We never were Moyes out. I'm speaking for Charlie and Gonzo here as well, because I know they were. None of us, we weren't Moyes out. Video last night. Go have a read. Go have a listen. Martin says, Downs is man of the match so far. Ada says, as long as we don't go 3 up, we'll be fine. That's like an old West Ham joke. That is. It's quite a while ago. We used to go 3-0 up and somehow 3-all. Andy says Downs is impressing. Suchek should be worried. Sean says Benrahma redemption. Ray's asking what everybody thinks about Downs. I'm not going to tell you my piece. I've got the review for that part. This is for you lot in the live chat. Michael says not having a big man up front has stopped us hoofing it. He's pleasantly surprised. Dean said, Anderlecht lads 100%. I don't know if you mean the one that already been booked or Diawara. How has Diawara not been booked? We need him for the Hammers Chat bet. The Hammers Chat bet is looking really good at this minute. We needed West Ham to win. That's done. Even if we lose the game, because Bet365 payout if you go 2 up. We're 2 up. That's it. It's done. That turns into a treble. Benrahma to score. Done. Turns into a double. Now we're on to West Ham free kicks and Diawara to get booked. He should have been booked. He got warned and then did a foul afterwards. And none of them were yellow card worthy on their own, the 3 fouls he's done, but they're all definitely accumulated, consistent fouling. I think they warrant a yellow card. Plus, in the first 2 minutes, he stood on Paqueta's heel and tripped him up. Anyway, I just £150 cash to one of you lot if this bet wins. I'm hoping it wins. It should win. It deserves to win. Right, Chippy, good passing performance. Ironic, the first 11 don't even have the technical ability to play it this way. It's because we don't have Rice slowing it down tonight. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I can say what I want, really. But Rice in midfield often takes 3 touches and it just slows it down a little bit. We're a bit sharper passing tonight, a bit quicker playing out of the middle of the pitch. Even Creswell's pinging midfield splitting passes through to the attackers. Mike says played well, but need to make sure not to concede, as may get a bit nervous. Major says Ogbonna is terminal in football career. Wonder if miserable Moyes out mob are enjoying this or still think it's papering over the cracks, says Joe. Jake says Downs is a nice insurance policy if we lose Rice. He loves him. I don't know, Adam. I don't know. It's liberty. He's taking liberties out there. I like to think he's one foul away. Hopefully Paqueta stays on. The longer Paqueta's on, the chance of him getting booked increases because 2 minutes in the game, he trod on his heel. Anyway. Ian says Downs tackling's a breath of fresh air. I like Souček. Brent said there's no reason for Souček to start with Downs at this point. El Craigio says, I think this 11 is better passing but worse aerial ability. I think largely due to the absence of Souček. So did I, Taz. I forgot about the 3-0 thing as well until someone said it. That was a bit of a blast from the past, really. From the Anvil, James says Downs is a great midfielder. He's always wanting the ball, breaks up play and helps us get the ball back. Dean says the ref's starting to feel sorry for the Belgians. Michael says Downs needs a 10 out of 10, score a hat-trick, cook Moyes a roast and win the lottery before he starts him. He's not wrong. Callum says if Downs can't start in the Prem now, surely he starts thinking he made a mistake coming to us even though he's a fan. I think it's too soon for that from Downs. I think he's got a couple. Not yet. William, we've won two bets. I can't remember what the last one told me what he bought with the money. I can't remember what he bought. I really cannot remember what the last one bought. I remember sending it to him, and he physically replied. He said, "I'm going to do this for the money." And the first winner of our bet gave it to charity, all of it. He gave, I think it was about £180. The first one got, and he donated it to Isla. So when the fundraising was going on for Isla, he donated all £180 to charity. Again, can't remember his name because I very much say who it was because it's a very nice thing to do. But he won 180 quid and just donated the whole lot to Isla. And the second one bought something with the winnings. I think that one was 200 and something. So it's also something relatively substantial. I get it. If I win money like that, I always try and I like to treat myself sometimes. If I win my bet winnings, it's not really wages or anything. So it's like, I'll indulge a little bit here. I'll indulge. Ismar thinks racing finals have been slowing us down. Well, you're the only one that commented on that. So I've had one person agree with me, none disagree. I'm taking that. Brent says Ben Johnson's a bit shaky, and you can see that Soufal can't pass like Taylor Kerrer. Russell says Down's style play reminds him of Rice, the way he knocks it out of his feet and passed it. He did a Scott Parker spin, didn't he? Flynn Downs. He did one of those Scotty Parker stuff. Ben says Lanzini's Euro goes under the radar. Doesn't look like he does much, but he's allowing Benrahma, Paqueta, and Bowen Force. His passing from midfield has been brilliant today. Gets the ball, bang, there you go, have it. Love it. Scarborough says Lanzini's good, other than that slack touch. Dave said I'm not pre-ordering anything until I get the stuff I ordered last week, but I really want a Christmas jumper. We've got a bit of a delay with stuff we're posting out at the minute, Dave. So the reason we're staying with the Royal Mail, but we're switching over to their business portal, and it's taking a little while to set up, which is frustrating. But it means that anything we send from the store now will be tracked 4 to 8 rather than second class. We used to do it second class so that we could keep it as cheap as possible when people buy stuff off the site. But we're going to have to put the postage up a little bit, but we're not putting it right up. So I think it'll cost us just over £4 to send something tracked 4 to 8. We're going to bump it up between £3.50 and £4. So we'll absorb a bit of the cost. So yeah, we're improving our postage from our online store. But that Christmas jumper's dead nice, and I don't like Christmas. Well, rates Downs, but would like to see more forward-thinking passes from him. I wouldn't, because that's not his gig. I don't want to see players forced to do something they're not comfortable with or they're not supposed to do. It's a bit like Fanal's playing left wing. He's not meant to do that. That's not his job, so stop playing him there. With Downs, I'm okay with him doing the defensive side, keeping it neat and tidy, giving it to the better players on the ball. That's his job. I would rather just see Downs just master that rather than try creating more through balls. And he does play it forward, he just doesn't create. There's a big difference between. This is why when I seen a tweet yesterday, Charlie, which was about like bigging up Fornals, and it said, "Oh, progressive passes." I'm sorry, no, I don't want progressive. I want chances created. Please bring up that stat. You would, because progressive passes means passing forward. Well, the keeper's the most progressive passer of the team, isn't he? It doesn't mean he's doing anything. Anyway, so
love this from you.
Can you remember, just before I go, I know they'll be coming out. Can you remember what the winner, the last winner bought that won the bet? Someone thinks he won. He bought shoes, but it's not really triggered anything. Fraser thinks he bought shoes, but I can't. It hasn't triggered something in me that says yes, you did.
Maybe Fornals is coming on, by the way. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't remember either. Shoes doesn't trigger anything for me, but then again, my memory's the worst, so I'm not sure.
You've got what was I say? Cameron's in the chat. Here he is. Cameron got his player ratings book that he won on here a couple of weeks ago. It's posted out now. He's got it. He confirmed he's got it. We do. It's expensive though. It's expensive, but we'll post worldwide. But it's a bit. It's not our fault. It literally costs us that to send it. Right, Charlie, I'm going to disappear now. Sorry, I'm going to disappear.
That's fine. Enjoy yourself. Speak to you later. There you go. If you want more knowledge, then I would highly recommend you coming back at full time where Geo and Gonzo will be live, of course. Fornals has come on for Paqueta in the meantime for the second half, as we're about to kick off once again at the London Stadium. As we do that, I would highly recommend you to check out our sponsor of the stream today, and that is, of course, the One Football app. The link is in the description below. They're a beautiful football app which allows you to follow only the things you care about. So, for example, you only want to hear about West Ham and nothing else, then bang, the One Football app allows you to do that, because you just click West Ham and it only shows you West Ham stuff. For example, that's how Geo and Gonzo get the lineups before the show at the build-up. You can lots of things on there. You can follow leagues, you can follow countries. You can basically tailor it to only things you want. The One Football app, ladies and gentlemen, link in the description below. I would highly recommend you check it out. They've been very kind to the channel, and use that link and it helps us out. Thank you very much, the One Football app. We are underway once again in the second half. Ray, I hope your toilet time was beautiful. We are once again away in the second half. Like I say, Fornals coming on for Paqueta, which, you know, Fornals in a more central position. This is almost exactly the formation I first saw and loved Pablo Fornals in. Now I think about it, the 3-4-1-2 type thing. He was playing in this sort of the tip of the diamond almost in that sense. I saw him playing in that role and I thought he was absolutely brilliant in Spain. So this is actually maybe his strongest position, although he hasn't played it in many, many years, so maybe that's changed. So I'll be interested to see how this substitution works out. Good to see Paqueta coming off, rest him in times for Southampton. Positive vibes. I'll be taking it. By the way, we are here every single game. We're the only West Ham channel. We did a watch along every single game last season. We do the build-up show. We do the watch along. We did a review. We do player ratings on the Patreon. We do preview shows during the week on the main channel. We've got so much stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen. I would highly recommend you subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of the future bits and pieces, because there's loads of it. On top of that, I would ask you to like the video. So having said that, we've been absolutely flying today. We're at 353 already. We are at the goal, the target we want every single time anyway. So I'm very happy with that. But hey, while you're down there, why not subscribe? Check out patreon.com/chat as well, because we put in a lot of effort over there at the moment. Still, a comfortable second half professional performance is what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm needing. That's what I'm dying for. You're dying for it. That's what I want. Get off my back. What I mean. Craig Dawson's decided to go on a run. Do you know what? I was looking for a calm professional performance, but if there's one person I'm allowed to go on a mad one, it would be Craig Dawson. Lanzini can't quite find Jared Bowen there. But, you know, that's what we want. 2-0 at this point. If we can just comfortably bat them away for the rest of the game, just comfortably deal with it, maybe get another goal. Don't want to get too greedy. Pablo Fornals is a nice idea to try and find Jared Bowen. Nice little link-up play again with Ben Rama and those front three. Then I'll take that. I'll be taking that. Anderlecht, like we said, did have some opportunities. I know Geo wasn't too concerned about them, but I certainly felt like there were opportunities a better team may have done better with, or with certainly more experienced forwards. They have two young strikers in Fabio Silva and Esposito. Esposito, of course, came from, I think it was Is it Inter Milan on loan? I want to say it's Inter Milan. So they've got two young people in there, and it's so Downs felt like he should have had a throw in there. Doesn't go his way. Certainly feels like a better team might have taken advantage of it, but a comfortable professional performance, and I'll be all about it. Very good point, Hughes. Very good point, Hughes. Let's get that yellow card on Diawara. Let's get in there. Let's get this bet, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. I can't remember what the rest of the bet was. Does anyone remember? Do you know what? I'll just message Geo. What? Let's spell that 3 times. What was the full bet again? How close are we? Because I feel like we're close. So I've just messaged Geo to double check because I feel like we're close. And yet here I am, David. All ball in. Over the top. Sufal pings it back in. Close. Ooh, Emerson just over. Close. Again, just knocking on the door. Hello. Knocking on the door. We're getting closer. We'll take that. And yet here I am, David. Alive and kicking. There we go. Even told you Hedges. Good app. It's a great app, Dave. It gives you the knowledge that you need. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, I'm looking at that bench. I'm still not sure Skulls is a real person. Forsum we've seen play, Potts we've seen play, Coventry we've seen play, Hedgie I've never seen play, but I see his name pop up from time to time on West Ham's Twitter page when they go, here's the under 21 lineup. Skulls, no clue, but apparently he's a midfielder. So there we go. That can help out. 14 free kicks. Okay. How many are we on? I should look into this. I'll have a look. Didn't think Snorlax used paralysis. Didn't think Magazine was good enough in the first half. Positioning, a touch was poor. Passing was 50-50. I thought he was really good, to be fair. Okay, 4 nows, Jeff. I thought he was really good. You know? Anita, why don't you just get a real job? You're lazy. Why don't you get good opportunity? Sufal comes flying forward, tries to pull it back for Benrahma close. It's going to be a corner. Why don't you get a real job? You're lazy on your arse. It's going to be a corner. Sufal's asking for a handball, but it is going to be a corner. I mean, the truth is, I don't want any. You know what I mean? Also, you don't know. This could be. I might have a real job. I might be a welder for all you know. I'm a welder, Anita. Prove me wrong. I'm a welder. I weld. You know what I mean? We're at 8. Thank you. Okay, we need to take stock of this. Yellow card and 6 more free kicks. We take that. I assume it's a rest. Bowen whips it in. Ooh, close. Not quite. Dawson's battling with it. Dawson just bullying with the child. It's fine. We'll take it. Thank you, Chris. That's fine. Did you? I did not know that. I just picked it out. I weld. I'm a welder. Look, I'm a world-renowned welder. You know? I put the little visor ting down. I weld. And again, no one can prove me otherwise. We're playing the ball, trying to get through. Anderlecht doing well defensively, although that run was a bit wild. And West Ham instantly get it. That's a nice ball through to Benrahma. Hits it. Pulls it back. Oh, no, he doesn't hit it. Oh, opportunity. Pablo. Oh, I said the wrong thing like 4 times because I was like, surely this is going to happen. The problem with West Ham is they always try to walk it in. It was a beautiful, beautiful moment there where just poor from Anderlecht, and all of a sudden 1 or 2 direct passes. Benrahma's through. Maybe could have shot. Pulls it back instead for Pablo Fornals, who approaching on the far side. It's full stretch, hits it. It's a good block from the defender. Played in from the corner. Dawson can't quite get his head on it. You know it's dangerous. Diawara Carr, 14 West Ham free kicks on 7. Okay, so we're on 7. It has to be 14 West Ham specific free kicks. Thank you, G. Thank you. Okay, so we need a Diawara card and we need however many more that is. 7. We need 7 more West Ham free kicks is what we need. Did my apprenticeship in railway engineering. There we go. Lots of engineers in the chat. Makes sense why you're all so smart. Kiki, listen. I made this chair with my own 2 hands. It got sent flat pack and I made it, which proves that I'm a welder. I weld. Bold. Curry, original, personally. Don't mind the sweet and sour one, or whatever it is, that sort of turquoisey one, but curry is the one for me. I lived off that at one point, you know? Lived off it. Not with that technique. What are you talking about? I weld. I weld. West Ham completely in control of the ball right now. It's good possession, good spell for us. Really in charge, just nice, just sort of finding that smart passing. Oh, nice from Bowen. I tell you what, I really like this. This formation's really worked for us. If we were looking to try and change to a more possession-based style, we did see us play free at the back somewhat in during pre-season, more so than you would have expected. And if we were looking to sort of go a bit more possession with the likes of Warburton coming in as well, for example, Aguerd, people like that, Kara, then I'll tell you what, this isn't a bad formation to do it. We're in control of this game right now. We're putting it on there. Maybe this is the answer against teams who are going to sit here. That's a really nice ball around the back for Sufal, who's going to get there, put it through first time, lofts it into the box. It's sort of lofted in. Fornals gets the head on it, goes wide. Nicely done. He sort of just lofts it in towards them. Not a dangerous cross. That was yes. But they don't do that now. Now they play David Moyes football and we try to pass it in. That's the way that goes. That's the way that goes. Maybe this is that option. Maybe this is the solution. When we go up against teams who are going to sit deep against us, teams who we would usually struggle against, maybe this is it. I'm really liking sort of the fast, short passing, you know, Bowen dropping deep, Ben Rama dropping deep, Fornals, pardon me, whoever's in that 10 position, sort of already dealing in that deep position. I'm really enjoying them dropping in and sort of bopping it about nicely, finding some space. Although this is a good counter-attack from Anderlecht. Again, just left wanting. Ben Johnson collects it and wins a free kick off Fabio Silva. He just collects the ball there comfortably off a little bit of an iffy pass. Yeah, Fabio Silva just going through the back of Ben Johnson there. Easy. Better pay. Fair. I respect it. I respect it. Bruv, I'm a welder. No one can prove me otherwise. I weld. Can you not see the technique? I weld. You go, you put the thing down. You know? I weld. Johnson, it was a nice idea. It was emphatic, but it was a nice idea trying to find Jared Bowen with a through ball. Forces Anderlecht into booting it, and we'll take a frame. Again, I'll take a calm professional performance in the second half. Cafe, there are a couple of places I would recommend. The first one I would do is of course, our Discord. Link in the description below. Fans of any clubs, welcome. Completely free to join. There is a bit there called Stream Links, in which you'll find what you're looking for on the left-hand side. I would, of course, recommend VPNs, antiviruses, all that kind of stuff going into that. But that's the place I would look. Also, Footy Pass is the place I would also look. Let's go, James. It's what we need, mate. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you had a good day. You've been missed. You know. He's just very advanced today. Just very advanced. Ball played in. Ooh, cleared away by Dawson. You'll have to see it. You'll have to see it. Yep. I welded it with my welding tools. Don't ask what they're called. You know. Oh, tea bag first. Bag, water, milk, sugar if I'm having any. Trying to pull back on that, but that's the order. That's the order for me. That's the order for me. You know? No milk. Arthur's a hardcore man. You know what I mean? I can't be dealing with no milk. I remember when we went to Spain when I was a kid and I saw tea without milk for the first time and I was just confused and scared. Leon, again, equally manly. No tea, black coffee, all the way against a scary proposition for me. I don't drink coffee. It's a scary proposition. If West Ham win this and at a weekend, are we massive again? I would argue we never shrunk, but I would think you couldn't argue against it. I would say you couldn't argue against it. You know. Oh, Richard, now we're talking. I was talking. Not only did I talk about it on here, I've talked about it in my personal life with several people. I spoke to a family member about it literally yesterday, and a long conversation about the fact Lewis Wilmot was there. I spoke about it on the Patreon shows. I want to talk about Lewis Wilmot is at Fulham, and I want to talk about the fact we need to get him to the bowl. These are important things in my life, and I feel like important in all of our lives, and should be discussed at a deeper level. Did Diawara just go off, by the way? Diawara's off, so there goes the bet. Fuming. Well, the bet's gone. Felt like we were on it a little bit, although we aren't getting too many free kicks, but it felt like we might have been on it. But oh, nice pass by Emerson out wide to Ben Rama. Nice 1-2 with Fornals. Gets forward. Ben Rama charging into the box. He pulls it back across. Just fired it across. Everyone was incredibly close to it. Ben Johnson picks it up in a very advanced position, can lay it off short to Soufal instantaneously. But again, nice swift passing. I think they just said the words Declan Rice is potentially coming on. Nice 1-2, looking to try and calm down the leg. We're going to win it. We'll take a corner. Close again. Really nice passing. Just opening them up. It's just really fluid. Scamacca also coming on. Jesus Christ. All right, well, fair enough. We're gunning for it then. We want more goals, apparently, because Scamacca is coming on, as is Declan Rice. We have a bunch of youth players on the bench. We could bring on Coventry instead of Declan Rice. You know, we have no other striker, so it's got to be Scamacca, but we're gunning for it, apparently. This is maybe David Moyes looking at sort of this formation. Like I said, I did believe that we were going to look more into the idea of playing a 3 at the back system in general going forward this season. And so the idea that we're maybe bringing on Rice and Scamacca now is potentially something where we're saying, here is this formation, it's working, let's see what happens when we involve these people and start to move it. But bold. Are you a joiner or a bong man? Neither. I've never partaken. I went to Amsterdam, spent a lot of time in coffee shops, shooting a music video, and maybe a contact high at best. But apart from that, no, nothing. Don't drink alcohol either. Very boring guy, you know what I mean? If Scamacca or Rice get injured, I'm going to be fuming, give it until 75th minute to bring on some kids. Yeah, again, I want to make sure we get the win here, so I'm not going to complain too much about it, but at the same time, it's a scary moment in terms of that. I'm not going to act like I'm not concerned about it, Major. I can't lie. I hope Coventry gets minutes. Yeah, big time. In the meantime, we're going to take that corner. It was a bold idea. Bowen just tried to float out to Cresswell, who maybe could have just smashed it on the volley first time, but it just ends up being cut out. I mean, we regained possession instantaneously. But whipped across from Pablo Fornals. West Ham just in complete control of the ball again, just trying to find their way forward, just calmly passing it around, not too deep. Lanzini, Fornals, Downs. Just again, it's nice to see us passing with a bit of speed and a bit of one touch as well. Something we really haven't seen under David Moyes a lot at all is just having a nice tempo to our passing. We're maybe not progressing super fast, and I'm not exactly going to call it tiki-taka either, but just it's nice to see us with a bit of sharp passing, you know? Ben Rama battling with Debast, who does well. He sort of starts doing keepy-uppies, and Emerson battles well for it and wins it. Free kick, apparently, somehow. I'm not quite sure. Cresswell off. Okay. Good time for subs, I approve. Moyes is having a good night. He's having a good night. You got to respect it. Zach, good to see you. Zach and John, of course. Forgive me, John, for instantly skipping over you there. Disgraceful from me. How are you both? I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good time. So, Declan Rice coming on and Aaron Cresswell coming off first. Maybe moving to a 4 at the back. It feels like potentially moving to a 4 at the back system. On comes Declan Rice, captain's armband included. Aaron Cresswell comes off. Maybe changing to a 4-3-3. I think he just waved 4-3-3 to the rest of the team. And Jared Bowen off. Jared Bowen off, exactly. and Skamaka comes on as a sort of more out-and-out striking option. Maybe a 4-3-3? Maybe a 4-3-3 is what I would suspect. Skamaka up front, Pablo Fornals and Ben Rama on either side. You then have Lanzini, Rice, and Downs in midfield. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. We'll see how it looks. Do you think Bowen makes the World Cup starting lineup? I don't think he makes the starting lineup, and I think he's 50-50 on making the squad. I think he's 50-50 on making the squad. I don't think he makes the starting lineup. Which I'd be fine with, if I'm being honest. Which I'd be fine with, if I'm being honest. Jeff, we're doing strong today. The likes are very strong today. We're at 375. To be honest with you, at 375, 400 is definitely doable. We've got, what, 30... We've got 25 minutes left in the game. Definitely doable to get the 400 mark. We'll take that. Good interception there by Downs. Just clears it away. Hopefully with the change of formation, if there is one. Well, there doesn't look like one yet. I mean, it looks almost exactly the same, if I'm being honest. It looks almost exactly the same, which would be interesting. I don't know. We'll see how it goes on, but hopefully we don't get a lot of just punting. We've had 4 subs, so maybe, if any get on the pitch, I'm happy, you know. I never expect any, so if any get on, I'll be happy. I'll take that. I'll take that. Good point, Heath. Very good point, to be fair. I respect that. That's not a bad barrel. It's not a bad shout. He lost it. Yeah, Downs. I agree. He is class. He lost it at one point in the first half, and then instantly went and won it back again, which I was very into, or at least harried them into blocking it for a corner or something. I don't think he won it back. I think he blocked a shot and got involved instantaneously. But I really, really like him. I think his performance today has been really nice. Maybe Declan Rice is playing as a left centre-back. I don't know. I have no idea. We're going to see some substitutions from Anderlecht now as well. They're going to make 2. Someone else was getting called back for West Ham as well. Maybe we're going to get in because I was sub. Amuzu is coming off for Anderlecht for Stroikens. Stroikens is coming on, probably at left wing back, unless they're changing formation around. And boos ring out around the London Stadium as Visharan, I think is his name, gets taken off. And on in his place comes Tottenham legend Jan Vertonghen. Belgian boy. Jan Vertonghen. Left-footed centre-back. Jan Vertonghen. Are we saying Danny Esther? It's quite wordy, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it, you know? I'm not gonna disrespect it. Vertonghen, the most capped Belgian international. That's a fun fact, isn't it? Lanzini out to Pablo Fornals, stretches it out nicely to Soufal, tries to put it back. He's just behind Pablo Fornals. It wasn't a bad idea, but Skamaka was maybe pulling off a little bit. Could have found him instead. We keep possession of the ball. Thankfully, they lose out instantaneously. Skamaka is like right next to Soufal and Ben Johnson on this right-hand side. He is sort of taking up the sort of right centre-forward position. I think it's cross looking for Ben Rama for the head. Poor cross from Jarrod Bowen there. You'd maybe want to see it to Skamaka as opposed to for Saeed Ben Rama to header it in. But still, you know, we move. What a player. What a player. Incorrect. What a player. Never happening. Never happening. Never happening. We've got 2 of our players down currently. Craig Dawson and Flynn Downs are both done. I think Dawson looks more okay than Downs. Downs sort of hasn't risen. Dawson sort of down, but he's looked up a little bit. Just a clattering. Just a clattering, you know. Fabio Silva goes up for a header with the 2 of them, and I think Dawson goes down holding his foot. I think his ankle was a bit dodgy. I don't know. He landed him sort of hobbling, and then Downs, who was connected with, just sort of went straight down. So I'm not sure. Looks like he's hurt something else. Yeah, I think he's hurt his foot. It looks like his foot, maybe. Not sure. Not sure. I don't know. They're still down. While the two players are down, I would remind you to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, all that good stuff. Because we're the only West Ham channel who did a watch along every single game last season. I'm going to keep saying it until I miss one. Which we never. I'm never missing one. Maybe I'll miss one. But the point is, until I do that, we can keep saying it. We're the only West Ham channel last year and this season so far. I've done every single game. I don't know if anyone else has done every single game this season. I suspect someone has. I haven't checked. But last season, 1000% certain. So if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on future videos. While you're down there, like the video because we have officially passed 400, ladies and gentlemen. 402. Let's go. Big plays. Unearned like spikes for days. We love to see it. We love to see it. 402. Like I said, 400 was mightily possible, and you lot just went, yeah, watch this. And we did it so far. We'll be taking that. We'll be taking that all day. Thank you very much. It's very, very kind of you all. Helps us out massively. Helps us out, pushing the channel, pushing the watch-alongs, everything. Getting those likes is actually massive. How's been the game been so far? Oliver, first of all, good to see. Hope you are. We've been the better team. We've been the team. 500 would be a push pull. I'll say that. But there is 534 people in here. So theoretically, not everyone has liked the video. And so even if the people who were left liked the video, we would get to the 500. So let's push it and see what happens. But at the same time, bold. But I think we've been good, Oliver. I think this is the best we've looked with our I think this is the best we've looked with our formation, our European formation that we've been using. Really nice front three work between Benrahma, Paqueta, and Bowen, who are playing as a sort of makeshift front three. Mark Noble in the stands. What a beautiful man. What a beautiful, beautiful man. And yeah, I think we've been all right. I think there's been moments where Anderlecht have been in the game, but I think we've been all right. We've been a much better team and a professional second half performance so far, which we'll take. We'll take. Yeah, I'm concerned about the Dawson thing. We'll see how it ends up going, but we'll see. Bells? Listen. Do we need it? No. At the same time, first call for bells of the night. 500 like, nope. Just no. Just no. You know what I mean? Oh my god, them bot accounts. No, you're good. Yeah, no. Bell for the sake of bells. I mean, I'm quite hungry, I can't lie. I think Downs has been really good. Keelan, I think Downs has been really good. I think he's so comfortable, confident. I think he allows this team to work in a slightly better way. You know, you have that sort of, before Rice came on, he was the sort of anchor point that allowed Lanzini to get a little bit involved in the front three and the front three to do their things and the fullbacks to go forward. He has a nice passing range. Yeah, I think he's been really good. Declan Rice, by the way, is playing left centre back for those keeping track. He is playing in defence. We've kept the sort of same formation, and he's the one who's playing left centre back, and Emerson has kept his role as the sort of wing back. Skamaka going straight in as the straight swaps. So it was straight swaps for both. Fornals lays it short to Emerson. Back again. No bells. Bells for Nobes. Lick the wax. Save the Juju Bell for the weekend. It's a fair point. You know? Oh, I got no nipple tassel from the Bell Budgie Smugglers. Definitely not. Although I'm a lot more confident with my legs than I am my the upper half of my body. Still definitely not. You know? Souček's about to come on. Very awkward from Anderlecht, and I'm annoyed that we didn't get the opportunity to. Oh no, he's sat back down. Connor Commentary's also looking like he might be about to go. I think Souček is going to come on. I would suspect what happens is Dawson comes off here because we have literally no other fit centre backs, it seems. Ogbonna went off injured during the first half. He was the only other fit centre back in the squad. Oh, nice ball around the back for Benrahma, who was offside. I think he knew that as well, but it was a nice idea. But Dawson is really struggling, so I think Dawson's going to come off. I believe Souček will come on. We maybe change to I think we just changed formation now at this point. I think Declan Rice and Ben Johnson will play as a back four I suspect Sufal, Johnson, Rice, Emerson, probably. I mean, maybe Souček just goes straight in at centre back. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I suspect that's what will happen. But Dawson doesn't look comfortable at all. The Anderlecht are on the attack here, trying to find a bit of space out on the right hand side. Looking for sort of short, sharp passing 1-2s, not quite getting into much space. They're sort of finding a lot of joy down the right. Whipped in, header. Again, they're finding that space down the side that we would like them to find, where they can just sort of punt in across. But in the center of the park, in the area, there's just no space whatsoever for anyone to make any sort of considerable chances. And it's just sort of, again, another lofted in cross, which is hopeful. It's not a bad cross, but yeah. Craig Dawson, after coming straight back off again. Protect him at all costs. Protect the golden boy. Because Jesus Christ, we're going to need him. Dawson comes off. And Thomas Souček will be coming on in his place. Again, I'll be interested to see what happens. I think it will be a back four. That's my gut, Robert. My gut is the same. I think it'll be a back four. We'll see what happens. No, he's not in the squad, Ian. He didn't start and he wasn't in the squad. The only two centre-backs in the squad were Ogbonna and Dawson. Dawson didn't start. He came on when Ogbonna got injured. Now he's have to go off and injured. So we'll see. My gut says it will be a back four. You probably just changed to a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Souček certainly seems significantly further forward. It does look like it looks like a 4-3-3 right now. Skamaka does well to come back and get involved. Does sort of leave a big old space up front, but he does well to get involved. I mean, we lose the ball out instantaneously, but that's okay. Back three, Fornals at left wing back, apparently. I mean, yeah, I could see it. Fornals is definitely wide on the left-hand side. Played in by NDI and just... NDI. And Johnson hooks it away. Can't quite tell. You could say it was a 3 at the back with Fornals at left wing back. You could say it was a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 with Fornals at the left wing position, because he would be that deep anyway. It looked like a 4 at the back to me the first time around, but we'll see. Whipped into the box. Declan Rice gets his head away from it. Ben Rama collects, lays it short to Emerson, who finds a nice pass out to Fornals. Rice, first time passing. This is nice. Nice passing. Fornals lays it out to Sufal even. Out to Skamaka. The pass from Sufal wasn't great, but Skamaka maintains possession of the ball, just goes underneath him, spins around, can't quite make it work. Nice passing. Again, we're seeing a little bit more of that nice passing. I'm very happy with that in terms of everything tonight. Quick throw in. Do we go backwards from it? Yes, but we maintain possession. Oh, maybe no, we're not. Sufal finds Souček in a charging forward run. Downs, who's come out wide right. Skamaka, nice ball across to Pablo Fornals, wide on this left-hand side. Puts it back in towards Skamaka, who could be there. Oh, it's just over. Just over. It was really nicely done. Skamaka lays the ball out to Pablo Fornals, wide on this left-hand side. Takes it in under no real pressure. Takes a couple of touches and just sort of punts it in over the top of the Anderlecht defence, who none of them pick up on the run of Skamaka at all around the back. Just a little bit off. Just a little bit off. Sad. Stress. I don't know how bad it was, but he had to come off. He was definitely limping the entire time he was coming off. The entire time he was playing, it was definitely limping. Esposito looking to try and find their way into the box. Can't quite find it. Again, Anderlecht just passing it around and West Ham just reducing the space well, although that's a nice bit of space for them. Esposito takes the shot. It's wide significantly. Double sub, cut them on their way for Anderlecht as well. It does kind of look like a 5, doesn't it? does kind of look like a 5. It does look like Emerson's almost tucked in. Rice is the centre-back. You've got Johnson, Rice, Emerson as a back 3 with Fornals at left wing-back. It's quite... I can't quite tell because Fornals is obviously very deep a lot of the time anyway. So it's quite difficult to tell. It looked originally like a 4, although with that defensive performance, it looked more like a 5. I don't know. Anderlecht making some subs. Del Croy is the first one coming off for Herditz. The former Southampton centre-back. And the former Wolves striker, Fabio Silva, who's on loan at Anderlecht, coming off as well for Stassin, I believe. It is Stassin, who's young, by the way. Stassin is very young. I was trying to find out what position Stassin played for the... Because I always try to do subs bench in, like, positional order, as you can see there. So I was trying to find out where Stassin played. And I couldn't find him. And I was getting really confused. I couldn't find him, like he didn't exist. And then I looked at Anderlecht's youth teams and found him there. So he's quite young. I don't know what his age is, but... Yeah. I think it was just a dead leg for Dawson, but can't take any chances. You 100% have to be preventative in that situation. With him, again, he was the only... I don't think he was concussed because he went down holding his ankle. His ankle was weird. No one touched his head, so I don't think it was a concussion. I think it dead leg, something to do with his ankle, maybe. I don't know, but knee in the thigh, so dead leg says that would be a dead leg, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, at that point, you have to take him off. You just have to, because he's the only fit centre back left in this squad right now. We don't know if Kera or Zuma are fit. Neither of them made the matchday squad, so we don't know what's going on there. So in that sense, you just have to be preventative. Even if it's not a serious thing, you've just got to take him off. And I'm fine with that, even if it's not ideal. I do think it's a 3 at the back. I'm looking at the position of sort of Johnson and Emerson, and they look very similar. So my gut says it is probably a 3 at the back. Well, we had a what do you call it? A pitch invader ran onto the pitch. Thank you very much, Arthur. A pitch invader ran onto the pitch, tried to tackle Areola, who just rolled the ball away from him. It was quite a poor attempt, if we're being honest. How close is Aguero to a competitive game? I don't know. I've seen this. I saw yesterday or today, I think in the WhatsApp group, the Hammers Chat Patreon Addicts WhatsApp group. I think there was I think someone posted a tweet talking about him maybe potentially training again. I suspect if he's training now, we'll probably see him again. World Cup seems realistic time. We'll see what happens. But it was poor, and it was very poor. Very poor. But, you know. Head is a boulder. Head like a builder's brick. You know, knock a man down when I kick him with a kung fu kick. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you. When he's a 10, but actually secretly a 5. Let's go. You know what I mean? I think it was just a dead leg for Dawson, but can't take any chances with the beast. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but I'm very confident it was a leg thing. Would it surprise you that I was a welder and not a sports scientist with that kind of insight? That'd be very kind of you, Jeff. You don't have to, but it would be very kind. It would be very kind. Where did we get to? 448. Hello. That jumped up by 46. Jesus Christ, we might actually genuinely get to 5. Do you know what? Push it. Right. Guys, if we can smack, we can all get involved in this like button. We genuinely might hit 500 before the end of this game. That's way closer than I thought we'd get. I thought, 500 is very far to get in about 15, 10, 20 minutes. Like, it'd be fun and everything, but I don't think it's going to get there. And all of a sudden, it jumps up by a flipping 46. So we actually, you know what? If we could get that close, it's on the. I think it might be. Let's all get involved with the like button and just go on to see if we can do it. Again, no, we need to try and get them to like the video, Scott. You know what I mean? But flipping it. All right, fair enough. I think we're going. Yeah, I mean, he came from the Anderlecht direction. I don't think it was an Anderlecht fan because whatever, but he did come from that direction. Oh, thank you, Sat. Thank you. Much appreciated. I have written down on my to-do list to message you because I saw what you messaged me about Peacemaker. Was it Peacemaker? Yeah. I still haven't seen it. I've been watching She-Hulk at the moment, but I haven't seen Peacemaker. It's something I need to go back and watch. It's disgraceful from me, if we're being honest. But I do need to go back and watch it. But I had on my list. Where's my to-do list? I've lost it. But I did have it on my to-do list to message you. Nah, I'm not a forklift driver. I wish I could. They confuse me in games. They turn too quickly because of the rear wheel turning thing. But listen, I would love to drive a forklift truck. If there was a situation in which I could somehow, if I could somehow force my way into driving a forklift truck, I'd be very excited. Very excited. Emerson trying to find his space forward. Ben Johnson now going for the run. I think we are playing a 3 at the back. There seems to be pretty sort of a relatively nice intelligence between Emerson and Johnson here. When the ball is over on their side, as the centre back, they step forward and the other one drops deep. So there, Emerson was forward when the ball was sort of being worked down the left hand side, and then the second the ball sort of went back over to the right, Emerson dropped and Johnson came flying forward. So I do think we are playing a 5 at the back. Souček stepping up into the midfield with Lanzini, I guess, and I don't really know how it's working out perfectly. But Benrahma trying to take on 2 men, does really nicely, comes into the box, pulls it back. Souček, it was almost 3. He hit that with some venom. He hit that with some venom as well. He just absolutely flipping boshed it. He boshed it. It was really nice by Benrahma, who just steps over. They tried to push him out of the way, and he just gets there. Struck very strongly. He just hits the side netting. Very close. Jesus Christ, we're 11 off. We're 11 off. We're 11 off. Just 10 more exactly. We are 11 off likes. Bruv, we're almost there. We're almost there. You can back anything. I can imagine. I'd like. I can't drive anything, but I would like. I've always wanted to just, drive a forklift. It just sounds fun. It seems like a fun thing to do. Get things and lift them and all that sort of stuff. Seems like it'd be great. I'd be well up for it. I'd be well up for it. Yes. There is definitely a pronunciation thing going on there, which I don't fully understand. I'm going to wait until the commentators start hearing his name so I can figure out what his name actually is, but there is something. Owen, good to see you. We are winning. What a time to be alive, Owen. You've come right at the end, so we're getting a dub for you, mate. We're getting a dub for you. It's good. I'd recommend it. I really enjoyed it. It took me a while to get used to it, and once I did, I really like it. Short, but they put a lot in there. It's nice. It's nice. Smack that like button. Yes, Christian. That's the sort of vibe we're going with. That's the sort of vibe. We're at 5:04. Let's go. Smack that like button indeed. But we did it. I was shocked. I didn't think that was going to happen, but there we are. We're there. 500. Let's go. Thank you very much, everyone. We smacked that like button indeed. We got there. I didn't think we were going to do it. I said it on a whim. And yet here we are. We'll be taking that all day. Thank you very much, everyone. It genuinely really helps us out. It seems like something that wouldn't, but it really genuinely does. So it's very kind of you. Thank you. There are some injuries, Sean. There are. Ogbonna went off injured, and Dawson has gone off injured. So yeah, we've had a couple. Anderlecht trying to wake their way forwards, trying to find a bit of space. Oh, they've done a nice couple of double chips over the top there. Ben Johnson, who instantly complained it's a penalty to Anderlecht in the dying stages of this game. Johnson picks up a yellow card. He says no. He says he got the ball instantaneously when the guy went down. It was a double flick over from Anderlecht. And Ben Johnson sort of puts his foot out. I need to see it again. Esposito gets the control down, and Ben Johnson safely gets the ball. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that's high. I mean, the commentator says it's a high boot, and I can understand. I understand the argument of his foot there, but I'll be honest with you, he gets the ball so cleanly. There's really nothing to do. Unfortunately, there's no VAR, so we can't really do anything about it. But it's a penalty to Anderlecht. They're making the end of this game a little bit more exciting than potentially it was going to be. But up steps Esposito, etc., etc. Let's see how this goes. Up against Areola, a fairly good goalkeeper in terms of penalties, but let's see. Esposito, the guy who won it. 2-1. 2-1. It's a solid pen. It's a very, very good pen right into that bottom corner. And Anderlecht, with a little bit luckily, are back into this game. I don't think it was a... If I'm honest, I don't think it was anywhere near a penalty. I heard the word high boot from the commentator, but if I'm being honest, I don't think it was particularly high at all. I think he just puts his foot out, gets a touch on the ball as calmly as you like, and well, it's a foul apparently. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but it is at this point. West Ham 2, Anderlecht 1, just giving the end of this game a little bit more pressure than it needed to be. It's been a pretty professional, calm performance in this second half. Boring, some would say, to be fair. And a weird penalty shot right at the end, an incorrect one, has put us in a little bit of an awkward position. Maybe Downs just selling Souček a little bit short. Thankfully, West Ham keep possession of the ball. Lanzini gets taken down. He battles with it there. I don't think you can... Stroikens is complaining now. I don't think we can really complain. I think that was quite obviously a free kick. It was more obviously a free kick than the pen was, if we're being honest. But here we go. A free kick. Another goal. Why not? Ben Rama, too. Let's go. A second Ben Rama free kick goal. Wouldn't complain. Skamaka's also standing over it. I don't know if he's going to try and strike it, but... The Anderlecht goalkeeper shouting at 6 minutes of added time. 6 minutes of added time after the Dawson Downs injury situation. We're going to take our time with taking his free kick. Ben Rama's the one who's standing over it. I think he's going to hit it. Like I said, he's already scored one. Skamaka is also there, but he's not. He's moving like he's not going to take it. Ben Rama does hit it. It was close. It was close. It felt like it was going in from the angle. It's not a bad free kick. It's not a bad free kick, but 6 minutes of added time. Get the ball to the corner and just hold it. Just look at it like... Skamaka hits it from range. Ooh, a dipping one, a bouncing shot. Good save by the goalkeeper. Collects it strongly. Oh, that's some nice passing from Anderlecht, but good tackle from Thomas Souček. Stops that one from going any further, and it's going to be a throw into Anderlecht on the right hand side, just past the halfway line. Trouble in the stands behind a West Ham goal. It does seem to have livened up slightly. So this, ooh, shot from range. Shot from range from Stroikens. He thinks it was deflected. Referee says no, it's going to be a goal kick. Well, we have 5 on that. There's definitely flares going off at least. Between the away fans and the home fans in that stand. I don't know if it's flares, but there's some sort of smoke. He said in the least cool way possible. Flares being thrown between the fans. Okay. I don't think we've been awful, but I think we've significantly calmed down. I think we've essentially taken the half off. I don't think they've been particularly good either. I think, again, a more difficult opposition, a different situation, maybe we wouldn't have to. Skamaka doing really well with the control there. Just loses it eventually, but really nicely done. You can see there's Zlatan in him, you know what I mean? And a nice nip in there from Thomas Souček, wins the ball back, and we have the possession of the ball. A little bit of passing triangles between himself, Skamaka, and Ben Rama. Oh, it was a nice idea from Ben Rama, doesn't quite work out. And Emerson cuts that one out with Fornals to Downs and then back to Declan Rice. Just keeping it calm. We can deal with that. Fornals completely miscontrols that, but that's fine. The ball forward, though, from Emerson is wonky at best. Declan Rice comes charging out of the back line to do something there. It's a very scary moment, but we calmly keep controlling 3 minutes down of this half of this stoppage time. We've got 3 minutes to go. At this point, halfway through stoppage time, I'll ask you all for your man of the match. Before you go, it's been thank you very much, Scott. It's very kind of you, as per usual. Thank you for coming to yourself a man of the match, and everyone else, of course. Listen, let's get this man of the match going, shall we? No science here. You just lob in who you think your man of the match was, and we'll scroll through whoever gets the most amount of votes via my eyes as I scroll. We'll win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match Award. Sorry, I just punched the microphone there. It might have been very loud. We'll win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match Award. Let me know who your vote is, and we'll go through them in just a minute. As I say, I've said it before. I'll say it again. My boyfriend, he loves me. He loves me very much. As I've said, we were the only West Ham channel last season who did a watch along every single game without fail. And so far, we've lived up to that record. And I'm going to keep saying it until I miss one, because then it'll feel a bit disgraceful if I've missed one and then I'm still saying last season, which would be true, but still feels wrong. So if you haven't already, subscribe, hit the bell notifications button so you don't miss out on any future streams, because of course it's you who makes these things possible. I'm here by myself. It's not like other watch-alongs where multiple people do it. No, I am just here. So if you aren't here, this whole thing doesn't work. It falls apart, you know? So make sure you get involved in future videos and like the video. I mean, you've basically all done it. I mean, I can't act like you haven't. 518 likes so far in this video is absolutely bananas. That's a huge amount. So if you haven't already, get involved. 518 people have already done it. Why not you? And check out patreon.com/hammerschat. Link in the description below. We're putting in a hell of a lot of effort to make that as good as we possibly can. In the month of October, we have 31 videos going up. So statistically, you've probably got another 18 videos this month alone on the Patreon. So get involved, and hey, if you want to come do a video with me, I do a show in which I will have you on quite happily as a guest on the Patreon, so get involved. But let's have a look at some of these man of the match awards as this game sort of slowly plays its way out. Anderlecht are trying to find it, but with a minute left they're losing the ball, and I think we're going to try and waste as much time as possible. Let's have a look. Downs, Ben Rama, Downs, Ben Rama, Downs, Flynn Iniesta. Oh, Flynn, that's nice as well. Downs and Iniesta. Didn't he? Flynn. Yeah. Pardon me. Benny. Downs clear. Benny close second. Benny. Downs is close. Downs, Ben Rama. The chat are a beautiful thing, and also I've also been here. But thanks for coming, Richard. I appreciate it. Good, Scott. I'm very glad. Glad that's the service we can provide. Benny, Samasia Boot, you love to see it. Downs, Cresswell, Benny. I thought Cresswell had a good game, to be fair. Benny, Flynn, Ben Rama. We'll take that. Boogers. It's a rush drive. We'll take that. Full-time whistle goes, and it is 2-1 to West Ham. A scary moment towards the end, but we make it happen as we almost top the group. We have one last chance. As long as we do not lose against Silkeborg, we go through top of the group. I tell you what, let's just give it. We'll give it a bonus Benny and Downs situation. There's been a lot of Benny, but there's been a lot of Benny towards the end. Benny, but Flynn also got many at the beginning. So let's go with a Benny Flynn combination. Or I think it might be Ben Rama. You know, I'm scrolling. I think it might be Ben Rama, but we'll give it as a combination. Thank you very much. Congratulations to Saeed, Ben Rama, and Flynn Downs on winning the Hammers Chat Men of the Match. And thank you all for watching. Thank you especially as well to Dave Acid D Punch Drunk for the £2. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. And it's very kind of you all for watching. We ended up getting to 536 likes, which is mad. That's a huge amount. So thank you very much, everyone. Subscribe if you haven't already. All of that good stuff. We will, of course, be back at the weekend for the Southampton game. But before then, we have our live match review coming up with Geo Gonzo in just a second. So stick around on the channel, watch that, get involved with a lovely, beautiful time. It's a nice time when we get a win. We can just go and have a fun time in a review. But until Southampton, I'll see you next time. Come on, you Irons. See you then. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.